Truck, yeah. Richmond, yeah. And the Commonwealth of Virtual Virginia, yeah. Welcome to LSRTV and CRN Sports coverage of round number 3 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Tonight, it is the Live Sim Racing TV Showdown 200, presented by LiveSimRacing.com. We are at the virtual Richmond Raceway, Richmond, Virginia on iRacing, 3/4 mile track, always offering some excitement. This should be a good one. Good evening, wherever you are across the world. I'm Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Racing Series, alongside Greg Rentz from Spokane, Washington. I'm in North Carolina, from one part of the country of the U.S. of A to the other. And smack dab in the middle, in the heart of Texas, is our producer, Charles Wooten in Wichita Falls. Greg, Richmond, this track is exciting. It's fun. It can drive like a super speedway or intermediate track, but it's a short track. It's less than a mile, 3/4 mile track. We should see some good racing for the trucks here tonight, kind of like we saw for the Cup cars on Monday.
I saw a mixed bag of what to expect with Richmond on Monday. We saw some long green flag runs, and we saw some caution precaution action on Monday. I'm expecting more of the same here tonight at Richmond as we get set for 200 laps this time with the Northwest Truck Series making their first visit to the season. Here's a look at the Race on Texas race information. 1 hour getting set to conclude. Then they're going to the drivers' meeting for 2 laps of qualifying. 200 laps on the docket tonight.
And a 200-lap event here, which will be about 150 miles around the 3/4 mile Richmond Raceway. Right now, that's pretty comfortable conditions, Greg. What do you think?
I think we're going to see a little bit of a different animal when it comes to Monday because, again, we've talked about the open setups for the trucks. They can mess around with their setup a little bit here in the Truck Series, and that allows them to get the trucks more fine-tuned to the weather as opposed to that fixed setup. So with the weather conditions being that, you're going to see the guys playing around, and I think, Wesley, that's going to result in some interesting racing tonight. Sure. Yeah,
for sure. I think you're exactly right, and it's going to be definitely interesting to see what goes on, how things go down here tonight for sure. Hey, while we are getting everything ready to go with the drivers' meeting, qualifying will be coming up here very shortly from Richmond. Let's take a look at the point standings going into 2 rounds completed. 3rd round tonight here at Richmond. Sean Brightsman, the defending Northwest iRacing Cup Series champion, who is currently right now the number 1 man right there in the number 1 spot, the driver out of Tucson, Arizona. Dan West Jr. from Shelton, Washington sits in 2nd, the defending Truck Series champion. And Greg, he picked up the win, of course, at Daytona to start the season. And, of course, Casey Garber, also the most recent driver we are keeping an eye on. He won last week at Atlanta. He sits 4th. Corey Walters currently is in 3rd. Then it's, again, Casey Garber and Stephen O'Hare, your top 5.
And going back to Dan West Jr. for just a moment, not only did he win the truck opener at Daytona, he won here in the Cup car on Monday. So definitely.
That's right.
You got to keep your eyes on the 55. I think he is the smart money and odds-on favorite to win this race today. He was also, Wesley, top of the charts in practice. So Dan West Jr. clearly the odds-on favorite here tonight.
We look at, again, Sean Brightsman, Dan West Jr., Corey Walters, Casey Garber, winner last week at Atlanta. Stephen O'Hare is currently in 5th. Then it, surprisingly, new names. Frank Harris, 6th. Tyler King, 7th. Briar Reynolds is 8th. Ray Fournier is 9th. Bill Ross Jr., Greg, your top 10. Why don't you give him the run to the top 20 so far in the points?
See the graphic on screen there with Stephen Paulison up there in the 11th spot. How about it for Cheney? No, excuse me, I've misread that. That's Caden Anderson up in the 11th spot. Eric Cheney in 12th. Chris Sherburne, new driver to the series, sitting in 13th. Casey Tillman, teammate to Caden Anderson, in 14th. James Thurston, 15th. Thurston with a nice top 5 last week. On Monday, Robert Gamble in 16th. Hutchinson, Dylan Huffines, there's Stephen Paulison, the Daytona Cup winner, and Jeff Stabnow, the bad luck from the chase really seems to have followed him to start this year off. He sits 20th in points right now.
Yeah, that's the way things stand right now here for this race at Richmond. Again, we're getting ready for the LSRTV Showdown 200 laps again. Greg, let's go back to Monday night. We saw Dan West Jr. Come out of nowhere, I would say, and take it away from everybody, because it really looked like for the longest time it was going to be a Justin Yee night. It looked like it was going to be the Team Bumblebees 2 weeks in a row in the Cup Series winner at Atlanta, Lake Peterson. Justin Yee looked like he was going to be the man that could possibly have upset everybody at Richmond. That just wasn't the case. Dan West Jr. played his cards right, made it count, and put the car in victory lane to make now the third different winner on the Northwest iRacing Cup Series in Season 2. Do you think we'll have a third different winner in Race 3 of Season 8 for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series tonight?
Boy, with the week Dan West Jr. is having and all the momentum on his side right now, I gotta say no. I think Dan West Jr. is riding too much of a wave of momentum right now. But it's 200 laps. It's Richmond. Anything can and will happen. But I gotta say here, as we get set to qualify, I think Dan West Jr. is going to get win number 2 on the season and kick off his title defense with 2 wins in 3 races. But there are quite a few other drivers in this field that you've got to keep an eye on throughout the race. Cole Raz, a winner in the trucks last year. He is back in the field tonight. Believe this is just his second start of the season in the truck series. He started Daytona as well, led 2 laps, but finished in the 32nd position. So Cole Raz is going to be looking for a big bounce back in his second truck start of the season.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely pay attention to that for sure, as, again, the stage is set for all of these drivers to get ready to go here. Should be a good one tonight, again, as we prepare. Looking to get into producing or announcing on iRacing and want to be a part of the Live Sim Racing TV crew? Message us on Facebook or at livesimracing.com to get signed up. Again, that's livesimracingtv.com, your home for sim racing. Quick break. When we come back, we go qualifying on the 3/4 mile here in Richmond. Hey, back at Ultra K 4K HD quality on LSRTV. You're watching it. You're listening on CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. Qualifying when we return.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to Richmond Raceway. Rocking and rolling, getting ready for qualifying to get underway for the drivers in round number 3, season 8 for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz, back here with you. And of course, I hear a rumble of motors. It sounds like we have activity, Gregory boy. Qualifying about to get underway for the trucks at Richmond.
Here we go. One of the Beaver State Racing trucks rolling out to get ready to take the green flag. That, I believe, will be Tyler King in the number 21, who has some kind of issue and has to park it back on pit road. Here's the young man we were talking about, one of the newest members of the Kowicki Driver Development Program,
yes.
Razzle Dazzle himself, Cole Raz, back in the Northwest Truck Series.
My buddy Cole Raz, be a driver you better watch in the SRL Northwest Tour, the Southwest Tour. And in addition to that, he also competes here in the Northwest Truck and Cup Series. Understanding he had some flight delays getting stuck in Vegas this past Monday, and that's why he was not able to run to the truck race. But look at Razzle Dazzle go to P1. 22.284 seconds. Cole Raz, even with orange and white now, representing Alan Kowicki Driver Development, goes to the pole. Not anymore. He bumps to second. Dennis Moore to the pole now. And now Cole Raz takes it back. It was Raz, followed by Moore. Then it was Tyler King. Cole Raz just took it back, 22.231.
Bill Ross Jr. right up there in the mix now as well in the 17. He has been very fast here so far this season, Wesley. On the second lap, 29.989. That may be one of the fastest first laps here thus far as the field begins to trickle in. 11 trucks have posted time. Anderson the second now, and he's going to stay there as Ross Jr. picks it up, but not enough. To third goes Bill Ross Jr. over Dennis Moore. Judd Wakefield up in the top 5 now in the 50.
And Greg, here comes the man out of Shelton, Washington, Dan West Jr. to the pole. 21.737 on his first lap. Dan West Jr. trying to pull out the virtual broomstick at Richmond and sweep the weekend right now. DWJ goes to the pole. Let's see if he can be quicker on his second lap. Almost bounces off the safer wall barrier virtually. 21.732. 21.732. That is his best lap. He's on the pole, Greg.
And he is still up top. And yeah, gotta say, told you Dan West Jr. was going to be a threat here. How about Sean Brightsman in second now in the number 46? He has typically not been a strong qualifier over the course of the last couple of years, but finds his way to the front at the end. Not the case tonight. He's sitting second on the board right now over Raz Anderson. And how about Dylan Huffines up in the top 5 now?
And the Superflow colors of the truck from Days of Thunder with Cole Trickle. This is BJ Tidrick. Normally we see him in the Winston Noble colors. The Superflow oils, number 72, BJ Tidrick. We'll see where he ends up now. Currently, Dan West Jr. is on the pole. Sean Brightsman is second. Cole Raz is now dropped to third. Caden Anderson fourth. Dylan Huffines the top 5. Here comes Tidrick across the line. Where will he end up?
Nowhere.
The scoring pylon, and he will hit the wall and lose valuable time. Put him all the way back to 27th. So,
yeah,
oh my goodness.
And here comes Big Bird. He's not going to get a lap in that number 72. He's going to have to start at the back. Cheney on track now in the number 76. Bright yellow Captain Crunch Ford F-150 here this week.
I love my Captain Crunch. He did that for me, Greg. He knows I like Captain Crunch.
Well, that jury's out on that one, but he's 25th on the board right now. 22.624 for Captain Crunch Big Bird.
Big Bird, Captain Crunch. Yes. And right now, Dan West Jr., Casey Garber, by the way, the Atlanta winner last week, has now moved to second, Greg. Here's Jeff Stab now, 20th in the point standings. He's got to have a good night here tonight for me. The man, of course, from Millings, Montana. Second spot now for the 24.
Front row, can he knock off Dan West Jr.? Oh, nope, not going to happen there as he slides off of turn 4. That is not going to do it there as he continues to fight.
Oh!
Into the barrel.
In the wall.
He will settle
into
for
the wall
second.
for Stab now. Man.
BJ Tidrick still out there getting practice laps. The only drivers left that have yet to attempt are Frank Harris, Scott Hutchinson, and Ray Fournier. Hutchinson sitting on pit road but has yet to go out. The ARCA winner from Daytona last week.
And I heard that was an eventful Friday night race as well. We're planning to try to broadcast some of the Northwest ARCA iRacing Series events. We obviously cannot commit to the entire schedule, but some big races we possibly will broadcast on your home for sim racing and on LSRTV, possibly on CRN for audio cast, but that is the development series, a developmental program to build up drivers to make into the Northwest iRacing Truck and Cup Series. And coming soon, it'll be put together very soon, that new, of course, iRacing Northwest Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products. We already crowned the champion in Canada for that. Qualifying, it looks like it is about in the books. Frank Harris, Ray Fournier have not took time. BJ Tidrick also. And it looks like Dan West Jr. will be the fast qualifier, the winner, of course, the Truck Series champion from last year. And we'll holler at him real quickly. Dan West Jr., congratulations, man. What a lap. You're on the pole trying to pull out that virtual broomstick here at Richmond.
Thanks, buddy. We fortunate there. Was able to get the pole. Feel like I got a pretty good truck.
What do you check? What is different from what was the Cup race on Monday night compared to what the truck will be like for Richmond tonight?
I feel like horsepower is the biggest difference I noticed, but I feel like in the Cup car you could be throttle loose pretty easily. The trucks are just a totally different animal. So just because you get to work on the setup a little bit, and the truck or the car, you just had to adapt.
Greg, you have anything for our pole driver, Dan West Jr.?
And win on Monday night, getting set to start from the pole from the looks of it here tonight. What is it about this racetrack that you love so much? Because if I recall, you led wire to wire in this race last year, if I recall.
I think it's just being patient. I enjoy I like the short tracks, and just trying to get in that rhythm, right? I mean, once you hit that rhythm, I feel like then you can just go lap after lap after lap. So, and I guess luck, man. Luck in these short tracks, you got to have a lot of that.
All right, Dan, go get it. Good luck tonight. We'll see you in Victory Lane, hopefully.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Dan West Jr., winner last week at Atlanta, and the defending Truck Series champion of Season 7. He will be the man for the starting lineup of 32 drivers. Will be ready to go here as, we're going to go 8x8 on the starting lineup, Greg, whenever we introduce the starting lineup. Hopefully we can knock it out really quickly. We did really good on Monday night as the field will begin ready to grid here in a mere moment for the LSRTV Showdown 200 miles, 200 laps, 150 miles, the distance here on the 3/4 mile of Richmond Raceway. It's kind of a D-shaped, if you will. They kind of have a tri-oval. They'll make their way through that tri-oval where the infield grass is, as you see from the aerial camera shots. By the way, want to throw that out there real quickly. Thanks to All American Pools, all aerial coverage, whether from the blimp or the drone, is provided by All American Pools. And on this March evening, with the lights illuminated virtually around Richmond, we are set, Greg. Should be a good 200 lapper.
Definitely looking forward to this one. 200 laps, about 29, 30, 31, 32 trucks are entered into this one tonight to turn them loose at Richmond. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to watch.
32 trucks to line up and go to battle here virtually in their kaleidoscope of colors. And by the way, again, if you would like to know more information on how to start your iRacing career, log on to iRacing.com and join us today. The field is gridding It is time for the ComServe Wireless starting lineup. ComServe Wireless with 24 locations in 3 states, including Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. For all of your Verizon Wireless and Verizon Fios needs, go to ComServeWireless.com. The grid is set on the pole. Dan West Jr., defending champion in 55, and a man trying to turn things around, Jeff Stabnow in 24. Row number 2 will find Casey Garber, the winner at Atlanta a couple of weeks ago in the 94. To his outside, by the way, Sean Brightsman, the Cup Series champion. Row number 3 will find Cole Raz, the new Alan Kulwicki driver development driver of 2021 in the 10, and Caden Anderson in 37. Row 4 on the grid, Dylan Huffines in the 20. To his outside, it's Dan Lowther in the mean green, 63. Bill Ross Jr. in the 17 will fire off 9th. Dennis Moore in the 44. He is 10th. Row number 6 will find the Catman back again tonight. James Vining in the 333. To his outside, Briar Reynolds in the number 12. Row number 7 on the grid will find Judd Wakefield in the 50-50. To his outside, Robert Gamble in 54. And row number 8 will find Corey Walters in the 9. To his outside, Big Bird, Captain Crunch, Eric Cheney, the 76. Row number 9 will find Stephen O'Hare in the 41 machine. To his outside, Tyler King in the 21. Row number 10, your top 20, will find James Thurston in the 2 and John Annenbacher in the number 89 machine. That's your top 20. Row 11, Stephen Paulus in the Daytona Cup winner in 58, followed by Casey Tillman in 92, row 11. Row 12 on the grid will find Troy Daggett in 67, Joshua Bill in the 112. Row 13 tonight will find Dana Rogers in the 07 and Kevin Smith in the 00. Row number 14, Chris Torres in the 99. To the outside, Aaron Cooper in the 71. Your top 30 starters, finding B.J. Tidrick in the 72, hitting the wall in qualifying, and one of the dual winners in Daytona a couple of weeks ago, Ray Fournier in the 26. And the final row of 32 drivers, Frank Harris in the number 11, Scott Hutchinson in truck number 91. And that is your ComServe Wireless starting lineup as the field is at the toe of the iRacing pace car. One more preliminary lap, and Greg, we will take green. 200 laps, 150 miles. Next time by, we turn them loose. Virtual Richmond.
Coming off of turn number 2, Dan West Jr. gonna lead him to the green. Having a bit of technical issues on my end, so if we have some wonkiness here at the start, we apologize for that. Having a little bit of issues on my end as we get set for the green flag.
Ready for the pace car to drop onto the pit lane. It's time for the LSRTV throwdown. 200. They're in the box. Green is in the air. Dan West Jr. on the jump on the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. We're kicking the asphalt short track style in Richmond. Here they come at speed. Trouble. Couple of trucks getting sideways in the tri-oval. They're still stay green. It looked like in the grass. We had a green truck in the grass. He keeps on going. No caution. Dan Lowther with problems in trucker 63. No yellow flag, Greg, but he has lost a ton of track position. He might be at a chance of going a lap down as the leaders are already back in 2.
Even it was Dan Lowther in the 63 that had the issue, as he has fallen way off the pace. He's now back at the tail end of the field in the 32nd position. Gonna have his work to do. Fortunately, Lowther seemed pretty happy with the truck. Qualified in 8th, but a lot of work to do in the number 63 for Team Ramrod. He's got a charge to the front. Speaking of up front, it's all Dan West Jr. He's already opened it up 0.8 of a second over Casey Garber, last week's winner. The first two winners of the season, Wesley 1-2.
That's right, Dan West Jr., he won Daytona. Casey Garber won Atlanta last week. My apologies, I think in the ComServe Wireless lineup, I said Dan West Jr. won Atlanta. He actually is the defending truck champion. He won Daytona. Casey Garber won Atlanta last week, and Dan West Jr. won the Cup race at Richmond on Monday right here, trying to pull out that virtual broomstick and sweep the weekend in week 3 of points competition for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, as you're currently riding on board with the man, Cole Raz, and the number 10 machine, currently sitting 3rd.
Trying to reel in these guys, but Casey Garber seems really happy with his race truck in race trim, Wesley, because he has already closed it down now to 0.2 of a second. When we checked in, it was 0.8 of a second. These two have separated themselves from the field very quickly. Cole Raz for Caden Anderson Racing lurking there in 3rd. Jeff Stabnow, Sean Breitzman, Dylan Huffines, Caden Anderson, Bill Ross Jr., James Viney, Briar Reynolds, the top 10. Nice run so far for Briar Reynolds in the number 12, one of those new Garber Garage Chevys. The caution's out for the first time tonight.
Got a caution. First time, and it looks like Kevin Smith possibly in the 00, and maybe a couple of more trucks as well. Yellow flag. And Greg, if I remember correctly, I think Kevin Smith brought out the caution in the first, in first caution in the Cup race on Monday night as well.
Look, that's a side-by-side battle.
He had some help.
Nonbacher. That was some help back there. Didn't catch the number of that one. We'll take another look at it.
So a little help there. There's Cheney. There's Annenbacher. It's the 112 truck that bounced off the 00 after Smith got stuck up under Cheney. And Josh Beal might have hooked the left rear and spun from the contact, the 00. And there you see it right there. Yep. Oh. Wow. Into the wall also.
Tiddrick catches the inside Tiddrick as well. Yeah, Beal bounces off the wall, and unfortunately Smith is right there, gets hooked by it. Tiddrick nowhere to go. Hard to tell who really got the worst of it, but looking over the trucks right now, I would say Tiddrick was the one that got the worst of it in the 72. They're on pit road now, and here's the thing, it is very, very early, and unfortunately for these guys, still I would say too early to take the fast repair, and Tiddrick knows that, so he's going to hold on to it in the bank. It looks good on the right side, but that left side of that truck is scrunched.
Yeah, it smashed up pretty good where he knocked down the safer wall barrier from the contact there, trying to avoid Smith and Bill from that first caution flag of the race. 11 laps in, a couple of more trucks peel off the pit lane, including Frank Harris and Scott Hutchinson. They'll go back out and join the racetrack behind the pace car. Dan West Jr. continues to lead. Casey Garber second. Cole Raz third. Jeff Stabnow fourth. Sean Breitzman currently your top 5 as we work lap 12.
The good news is for this one is for Dan Lowther in the number 63, because remember, he had that little slide at the start of the race, fell back all the way to 32nd. This is going to gather him up right back in the pack. The bad news is now he's got to try and charge his way through the field once again. He's 25th on the pylon right now, so we'll see how it goes for him. But that's the good news for Lowther, is he catches the caution he needed in truck number 63.
Yeah, back under the yellow flag again for the first time here tonight at Richmond, as everybody right now getting through their cycle of pit stops, those that are deciding to pit. The front runners did not come to the pit lane, and why would they, Greg? It's still too early in this race. Only 12 laps completed, working lap 13 when they come to the tri-oval this time by.
Yeah, the only reason we see guys on pit road right now is to get those tires fixed. or not the tires changed, excuse me, the damage fixed on their trucks. I think it's way too early to take tires right now as the field is stacking them up, getting set to go back green. Dan West Jr. going to lead him to green. Casey Garber on the outside. Sean Breitzman started in fourth. He's fallen back to fifth. Jeff Stabnow has fallen to fourth. Cole Raz going to line up inside. So here we go, getting set for the first restart of the night with Dan West Jr. getting set to take.
That's exactly right. The field will make their way back into the Geico restart zone when they drop into turn number 4. Pace car will begin to drop down below the apron. There you see him between 3 and 4. Here comes the field away from the pace car, from the retaining wall. Green in that box, and quickly Dan West Jr. is gone. He gets the jump, the whole shot, if you will, from the pack. Meanwhile, Garber, Raz, side by side for second and third. Stabnow licking his chops to make it a 3-for-1 and 3.
Cole Raz to the inside of Garber in the battle for second, and these two have put on a few battles as the caution falls for the second time tonight. And it looks like we're going to see big trouble over here.
Eric Cheney, Edric, a couple of other trucks caught up and destroyed. Big wreck in the apex of 3 and 4. Not a good night for Big Bird. Eric Cheney, Audenbacher, all in his miss. Watch this, Greg.
Right there, there's the contact.
Oh! I believe I can fly.
I don't believe he can fly. He kind of.
Big Bird had wings. Let's ride on board with Big Bird. Eric Cheney.
Let's take a look at what happened.
I give that about a 2 on his flip count, by the way. Audenbacher to his inside. All right, let's take a listen. Listen.
Boink.
Nah. From one side of the bank to the other. He did. He stuck the landing and he rolled away. Props to him. Yeah. If that would have been a real truck wreck, that truck would not have went anywhere.
That truck
but
would
because
be
it's virtual. Exactly. But because it's virtual, we could laugh about it. They all walked away. All right, 16 laps in. Who's coming down to the pit lane? I don't think any of the front runners are going to come in yet.
Yeah, nobody unless they have damage right now.
Behind the pace car.
Dan West Jr.'s led every lap thus far. Not a whole lot of green flag racing, though, so Casey Garber really hasn't gotten a good shot to try and take the lead away. Still plenty of time to go, though, for Garber to try to get himself up front. Looking for back-to-back wins in the Truck Series to start off this year with 2 wins in 3 races.
Greg, did you have any chance to check out the eNASCAR Invitational Pro race tonight from Bristol?
Got to watch the heat races, but I had another broadcast on another channel, so I didn't get to watch the feature.
Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, William Byron won.
Oh, I had it DVR'd.
And if you remember, oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you anything else.
Yeah, I had it DVR'd. I was going to watch it tomorrow after work.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything else then.
Oh, you might as well now.
Damn you, Wesley! The lights are off on the pace car, and we will get ready to go back for the restart. The field is at the hands of Barnett Milton Fife Jr. That is the name of the flagman for iRacing. We just call him Barney. It's Barnett Milton Fife Jr. ready to wave the green flag to the field. We are back to racing here at Richmond, and Dan West Jr. again with a big jump over the field on the restart.
Cole Raz, though, to the inside of Garber. They're picking up right where they left off on that first one as we work lap number 20. And Wesley, these
Greg, according to Mike Joy, he is the son of Barney Fife from Mayberry from the Andy Griffith Show.
We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Ooh, one truck getting a little bit loose there off of turn number 4. That was Caden Anderson in the 37 who's trying to make his way back up into where he started. He will take that 6th spot away from Sean Brightsman. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Brightsman and Anderson there off of turn number 4. Both able to continue. No harm, no foul to continue trucking along.
They will hold their line down the back straightaway as they work into 3.
Boy, Wesley, Casey Garber, that 94, he looks very strong on a little bit of a longer run. The problem is they haven't gotten a very long run in yet. We've already had 2 cautions, but boy, it seems like once we get 5 laps into a run, that number 94 is very, very strong. Here he is going after Dan West Jr. now, trying to get the race lead. Casey Garber has been very strong so far this season, and here he is again, looking very, very competitive in the early stages, much like what we saw last on Monday.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll kind of keep an eye on that and see how things go. And again, as you mentioned earlier, at the drop of the green flag, those top 2 are the most recent winners on the series. In round 3 here tonight at Richmond, Dan West Jr. won at Daytona. Casey Garber won at Atlanta. They are 1 and 2. Cole Raz sits in 3rd spot. He was not present for the Cup race at Richmond on Monday night. But, of course, right now, sitting in that number 3 position, Cole Raz, again, in the orange and white number 10, just recently announced as a member of the Alan Kulwicki Driver Development Program for the KDDP of 2021. Just the other day, $7,777 was put into his account for racing, as he will run for a championship on the SRL Southwest Tour. And Greg, in addition to running for real racing, he does iRacing with us on the Northwest Cup and Truck Series and the Northwest Super Late Model Tour. And in addition to that, if that's not enough, all 7 of the drivers that are a part of the Kulwicki Driver Development Program will fight for a championship amongst themselves across the country, and the champion will win over $54,000 at the end of the year in December.
That is an awesome sentiment, and so cool to have one of our own here represented in that. Cole Raz in the number 10 right now, sitting in the 3rd position. You see this battle going on between a couple of Yakima boys right there, Anderson and Huffines. With Tucson, Arizona, by way of Puyallup, Washington, Sean Brightsman lurking back there. Spokane, Washington's Briar Reynolds lurking there in the number 12. Quiet run for Reynolds thus far, but a respectable one at that in the number 12. Up in the top for Garber's Garage right now. Cars for Garber's Garage in the field tonight. Not seeing Fatback out here. Bryce Clark, driver of the number 93, looks like he did not make the call for tonight. No doubt he's down there in the pits helping out the 2 guys for Garber's Garage, though. But they are both sitting solidly in the top 10 right now. Garber in 2nd, still putting pressure on West Jr. Reynolds in 8th.
And just past 25 laps now, working 30 laps into this race so far. Dan West Jr. continues to lead the way as we see Sean Brightsman in a battle with Dylan Huffines, Briar Reynolds on the racetrack along with James Vining. That's inside the top 10. Dennis Moore will round out the top 10. And there you see that orange truck right there. So there's your top 10 as we just showed. He's kind of out of the midst of that battle that we just had going on with those 3 trucks of Huffines, Brightsman, Reynolds, Vining. And while that goes on, it is still Dan West Jr. There's another battle going on inside the top 15. Bill Ross Jr., Stephen O'Hare, flip-flopping for the dozen spot in turn 1.
Boy, let's go back to that number 44 right now for just a second, Wesley. Let's talk about the orange and black Beaver State Racing truck, because how excited do you think he is, Wesley, that the Oregon State Beavers are in the Sweet 16 for the first time ever, I think. First or second time ever. It's been a while since Oregon State has made it this far to the Sweet 16. Maybe the first time ever. You think he's excited about that?
Yeah, you know, I kind of find it very weird the way that they done March Madness this year. You know, normally I'm used to like opener games on Tuesday night and then the tournament starts, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This year they had the opener games on Thursday night and then the tournament started Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of last week and beginning of this week. And then they play tomorrow night for the Sweet 16. 64 became 32, and in less than 4 days, you have your Sweet 16 announced. And Oregon State, one of those teams that are trying to fight for that chance to go to Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium and be in the Final Four, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks on a Monday night. As a matter of fact, as there goes.
One,
yeah. Go ahead, Greg.
Two things on the March Madness before you get back to the racing. Number one, if they do it that way again, where the first 2 rounds is on the weekend, I'm going to be in Vegas for it just because, yeah, it's Vegas. 2, just saying, Spokane, Gonzaga, number 1 overall seed, odds-on favorites to win the tournament. Spokane represent. All right, back to the race.
Woohoo! John Ottenbacher. And look at Dan Lowther, the man that had problems earlier in the race at the start. No caution for him. He's now ran his way back to mid-pack. He's in 16th position, running down Ottenbacher and Stephen O'Hare, Bill Ross Jr. for those spots in turn number 1.
Now, Dan Lowther, Team Ramrod, and the Garber's Garage guys, they normally will run a very similar setup. They kind of share notes together and work together. I don't think that's the case this week. I think Team Ramrod kind of went one way, Garber's Garage went another way. Both seem to be working very well because Dan Lowther has driven from the tail end of the field after having the issue back up now into the top 15, where Casey Garber is lurking right there, about a second back right now of Dan West Jr. So they went separate directions this week as opposed to what they normally do, but they both look very, very, very strong right now as Lowther continues his charge up to the front.
And there's truck number 94, Casey Garber, getting around Jeff Stabnow. Jeff Stabnow trying to get to Casey Garber, actually, for that second spot is what I meant to say. Coming up lap number 39, and there they are, top 3, all single file. No change for those positions. But Greg, Jeff Stabnow is starting to show some speed, and he has got to turn things around after what has been a dismal start to the 2021 season in Season 8 for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. The man out of Millings, Montana, got to have a good run to get out of the top 20 in the points.
He needs it, but he's doing exactly what he needs to do right now. Sitting in the 3rd spot, trying to track down Casey Garber in the number 94. You know Stabnow's going to have speed, one of the all-time best in the Truck Series, running in 3rd right now, trying to track down Garber, who just got his first win in Northwest Truck Series competition, but they're all chasing the 55 of Dan West Jr., who we knew entering tonight was going to be one of the guys to beat, but there is heavy lap traffic in front of the 55. Oh my goodness, let's go on board with the 55 and look at the windshield, because oh boy, when you're the race leader and you see that in front of you, your heart rate goes up about 25 right there.
Yeah, that's no doubt about it. Milton Barney 5 Jr. better get that blue flag with the yellow stripe ready to the end of the field to let them know they better move over. Lap cars being overtaken by faster traffic. Hold your line, that 55 coming heavy, hot and heavy, if you will, and he's picking them up and putting them down. Aaron Cooper just went a lap down. Troy Daggett, along with some other trucks like Scott Hutchinson and Eric Cheney, in the midst of going a lap down next.
Caution's out.
We have a caution. Woo! Saved by the yellow flag.
And
Trouble.
Scott Hutchinson.
It's Ross Jr. and Frank Harris
right in front of our leaders now, and the saved by the caution is going to be Troy Daggett in the number 67, because Scott Hutchinson had fallen a lap down, but they had not gotten back around to complete the lap. Troy Daggett will be the lucky dog in the 67. Oh, nope, it just updated.
No, it's Aaron Cooper, actually. Aaron Cooper will get the lucky dog. Or the free pen. Yeah. It looks like the 112 of Joshua Bill got into the 7 to Bill Ross Jr. The 11 of Frank Harris, nowhere to go for him. Good run for that driver. The points so far this year, currently in the top 10. And Bill Ross Jr., one of those drivers that are in the top of the points as well, having a bad night. Leaders onto the pit lane. Here they come. The cavalry's in on lap 44. Dan West Jr., Stabnow, Garber, Anderson, Ratz, Huffine, Reynolds, Brightsman, Vining, King, Moore, O'Hare, Ottenbacher, Lowther, Wakefield, Bill, Paulison, Walters, Tillman, Smith, and more. The top 20 all on the pit lane, Greg.
Pit stops underway. Most of these drivers coming out for the first time here tonight. Plenty of tires available for them tonight. 5 sets of tires here available. So they have 4 on pit road plus the 4 that they started on. So 4 sets of tires on pit road. This is just the first round for a majority of the drivers. As here we go, rolling them off. Stab now going to win the race for second off of pit road. He gets out in front of Garber.
Dan West Jr. first off pit lane, along with Jeff Stabnow, Casey Garber, Scott Hutchinson, I do not believe pitted. So he could go back on the lead lap. And that is where we stand right now. So, after 3 cautions in the opening 50 laps, just shy of lap 50, 46 in, we'll take a quick break. Let's take a look at your saw blade top 5 after the yellow flag. It's on the bottom left. And there you see it, Dan West Jr. leading the way from Shelton, Washington, the defending Truck Series champion, winner at Daytona, looking for his 2nd win. Jeff Stabnow second, Garber third, Atlanta winner, along with Anderson and Raz. Back with more from Richmond in a moment. LSRTV and CRN Sports coverage continues of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Here at Richmond, 47 of 200 laps in the LSRTV throwdown. Wesley Outland here with you, along with Greg Rance, Charles Wooten on the production, running the boards. And again, so far, 3 yellow flags in the opening 50 laps. Greg, that sound unusual? Just about right. What do you think?
Well, the way to start it off, I was thinking, oh boy, it's going to be a long night, but we just had a pretty solid green flag run there of about 30 laps, as opposed to the 2 cautions in the first 15 or so. So kind of shaping up like what we saw on Monday night, kind of a healthy mix of cautions, breeding cautions, and some longer runs. I mean, a 30-lap run, not necessarily long per se, but compared to what we saw at the start, yeah, that was a pretty solid run. So I think we're going to start seeing it shape up more and more like Monday night.
Greg, I was going to ask you this question before we went to commercial break, but we're getting ready to come back for the restart. The pace car getting ready to drop back onto the pit lane. There you see him. The Geico restart zone right between 3 and 4. There you see the box. And there is Dan West Jr. for the 4th time on a restart, getting the whole shot over the field. We're underway.
West Jr. trying to pull away as Garber tries to get back around Stabnow. Now, the 94 of Garber looked very strong in the first 3 to 10 laps. We got problems.
Problem, bottom
No
of the
caution
racetrack.
yet.
No caution. That is, I believe, James Vining. No, it's Judd Wakefield. Judd Wakefield, the 50 truck. And no caution. He'll lose valuable track position as the leaders will be ready to overtake him shortly. But as we approach lap 50, problems on truck number 50 of Judd Wakefield, but no caution.
He'll be able to continue, but he's the last truck on the lead lap in 28th position. Just 4 trucks being pinned 1 lap down right now. Troy Daggett, Bill Ross Jr. had problems after running under the top 10. Ooh, problems for Jeff Stabnow, the 24. He's going to lose quite a few spots here. He's going to lose a lot of spots here.
Stabnow will fall all the way back to almost 8th position as he was one of the trucks in the top 3.
So he's going to have
Not
to
sure what happened to him. It happened off of 2.
Have to fight his way back from 8th spot now. This gives Garber back into 2nd. And remember, Wesley, what we were talking about, Garber seemed very strong from about lap 3 of a green flag run to about lap 12. But once the tires started to wear out, that was when Dan West Jr. really seemed to shine. Let's see if it replicates here on this run. It already looks like it is, as Garber is trying to reel in West Jr. little by little. Just over a second at the line last time. See what it is this time by pretty even. So right now they're running pretty even lap times. But then the KAR teammates are lurking back there as well. Cole Raz, Caden Anderson. Anderson out in front of him at this particular moment. We got a big crash on the backstretch.
Whoa! O'Hare! Smoke clears. No wreck yet. No caution yet. Onnenbacher is trashed. They got to throw the yellow flag as trucks are stopped, including Dennis Moore, along with Corey Walters, Tyler King in the 21. And the yellow is out again for the 4th time, just on lap 55, with truck 55, Dan West Jr. still leading. Whoa!
That was Dylan Huffines that broke loose in front of the field. Collects Tyler King, Stephen O'Hare, and a bunch of others. We'll have to take another look at it again. This is from the area. That was from the aerial coverage brought to you by All American Pools. Let's take another look. We're watching the 20 of Huffines as they cross the stripe right here, and it's going to happen right here going into turn 1. Brian Reynolds to his inside.
Oh, Reynolds got into him.
A little bit of contact right there, and King nowhere to go. Lowther squeaks through, and Vining gets a piece of it as well.
Yeah, King tags after contact with Reynolds. He gets tagged. Goes around from Huffines, tags Tyler King. Tyler King goes around, tags Stephen O'Hare, and a bunch of other trucks other on the binders to miss him. And there is the yellow flag for that reason right there. Tyler King got himself a fast repair. He's back out there ready to go. Good as new in the Pills Oranges entry. Dan West Jr. still the man out in front. Greg, we had somebody ask in the chat box, and that's what I was going to ask you before we went to break. But since we have another caution, I will. They were asking a question about when the iRacing Northwest Tour Super Late Models presented by Joe's Racing Products will crank back up again.
Probably around Halloween. We usually try to start either the weekend before or the weekend after Halloween. All depends on when in the week Halloween falls. But typically we try to start around Halloween, which will be season 5 of the iRacing.com Northwest Tour, presented by Joe's Racing Products. 2nd season here on LSRTV. So look for it around Halloween. But we have quite a few different things in the works as far as short track racing goes. A couple different projects in the works. So stay tuned for that in the near future as well. Lots of exciting stuff in the works on LSRTV.
And by the way, don't forget, next Monday night, it is the debut of the American iRacing League. 3 hours of coverage with super late model stocks, and legend cars beginning next Monday night. We're live 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central on LSRTV, as well as CRN Sports. And then, Greg, at 11:30, we prepare for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series, and that will be at the Daytona Road Course next Monday before we take off for Easter break.
So a lot of great racing coming up, and again, I'm excited about the AIRL coming back. You and Cody are going to be on the call for that one, so I'm looking very, very forward to watching that one for sure, as I won't be home from work in time to be on the call for that. Definitely kind of bummed about it because I was looking forward to that series coming back to LSRTV, but definitely excited to have them back on LSRTV. Definitely looking forward to getting to watch them every Monday night. You guys are going to do an awesome job, like I know you guys always do. That starts up next Monday night. 3 different short track series under one banner, under one broadcast. You guys are going to knock it out of the park like you always do, for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with Charles Wooten again, getting him out of the production chair and have him start calling races with me. The only time we ever really kind of call races is with the, Endurance Sim Racing League. Ready, pace car, and restart again. Dan West Jr. gone. Back underway on lap 60. 40 to halfway. They're back to turn 1.
Trying to click him away. Dan West Jr. still has led just about every lap as far. Anderson, though, trying to get around Garber. One truck loose. It's Reynolds, and he's hard in the wall. Lowther got it. Got a big chunk of that one. We stay green, but oh boy. Brian Reynolds and Dan Lowther, a lot of damage to both of those trucks now.
And no caution. Briar Reynolds and Dan Reynolds, and boy, oh man, Kevin Smith about got a piece of it. We got trouble in turn one. A big heavy cloud of smoke, and there's the caution flag. This happened after what we saw in 3 and 4, calamity in 1 and 2, a big cloud of smoke. Well, this was after. There's Judd Wakefield spinning down below the apron. But then there was another problem in turn 1 and 2 in front of them.
That was Wakefield.
We got to find out what it was.
That was Wakefield going around the 50. There's Corey Walters in the 9. One truck having smoke there. Still looking for it. By now, the caution's already out. Dylan Huffline's on the apron there. Caution had already fallen at this point. Still looking for the trigger of it.
Was it Dennis Moore?
Taking their look. There's smoke from the initial one. There's Wakefield, Corey Walters. We're watching Dylan Huffine.
There's Dennis Moore. Dylan Huffine's below the apron there.
Oh, there's the smoke.
Well, it was already up in front of him.
Up ahead of him, yeah.
Wow.
We're going to have to go up a little bit further.
Frank Harris. It's Frank Harris in the 11.
There's Harris slow on the apron in that blue and white number 11. There he is.
It's Frank Harris. That's who it was. We'll watch it one more time here. Awesome work in the production truck on the replays. And this is where it happened. Frank Harris, one of those drivers.
Right
no, it wasn't. Oh, my goodness. It was around Dennis Moore.
Josh Beal.
And Joshua Beal.
And Dennis Moore, it looked like. Looked like Josh Beal and Dennis Moore.
And then we saw Frank Harris drop down below the apron to avoid it. So it was Joshua Beal and Dennis Moore. This is what happened.
All right, so there's the first one. So that was the first one there with Reynolds and Lowther. They're able to continue on. Beal right here gets around Reynolds.
I think Dennis Moore got into him right there. Yep.
Ooh, yep.
Dennis Moore T-bones Bill, and then there's Brian Reynolds and everyone else, Paulison, all on the binders. That's the cause of the caution.
That was under the up in the top 10 as Dan West Jr. in the number 55 continues to lead. Garber second, Anderson, Raz, Breitzman your top 5. Dan Lowther, even with the new damage now on the back of that 63, he has climbed back into the top 10. He's in 7th, but a lot of right rear damage. No doubt, Wesley, he's going to be looking to come down pit road and get a fast repair at some point in the second half of this race.
Greg, questions coming in on the chat box. Will we ever have a Northwest Legends series? Wow.
Oh, I'm sure we could try to make something happen like that.
That's impossible for us because we're legends and we can't be in the race. We're in the broadcast booth. But
seeing another question in the chat. Yes, we do have females on iRacing. We've had 2 female drivers compete in this very series, the Northwest Truck Series. We had 2 of them last year. One of them competed in the Northwest Tour last year as well. Ellie Musgrave, not only did she win a B main at Iowa, she also set fast time at Langley. First female driver to do both of them. All those races are in the archives on LSRTV, so make sure you go back and check them out because there have been some very successful female drivers here in the Northwest on iRacing.
And we also have Chantel Bottle out of Canada who races on the esports tour for super late models. Yeah. Understanding our colleague in the production booth when it was known as the Virtual Racing Network, now known as LSRTV, as we come back for the restart, actually broadcasted a powder puff women's race on iRacing, had 20 women fighting and clawing for a victory. So, yeah, women are invited to join us on iRacing. Back to green. What?
We should do one of those in this. We should do kind of a wives girlfriends race here with the Northwest Racing Series. I think it'd be fun. I think that's something we could look into. That could be really fun from our perspective.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
let's,
ex is live in West Virginia, in Washington.
Yeah, so I think we should plant a bug in the powers that be at the Northwest Racing Series and the powers that be at LSRTV and see if we can make something like that happen. I think that'd be a neat little thing to do, something different.
Back for the restart. Dan West Jr. spurs away from the field, about 2 or 3 truck lengths back to Garber. Again, those drivers, Daytona and Atlanta winners. In races 1 and 2 of the season, sitting back now in third, Cole Raz along with Jeb Stab now, starting to try to come back through the field in the top 5. He's got Anderson in front of him, and that's the way they stand off 2.
Garber, though, lurking for the win, trying to get the lead away from Dan West Jr. No other driver other than Dan West Jr. has led a lap tonight. This is shaping up much like what the last one did last year at this racetrack. Dan West Jr. led every lap in that race that went to overtime. He still led every lap. 205 laps led that night for Dan West Jr. looking to go back-to-back here in the spring Richmond race. Caution's out again.
Trouble, yellow flag. Fixed time if you're counting. Chris Torres in the 99. Problem. In the infield grass, yellow flag is out again.
Your caution. Again, taking a look at what happened here. Ooh, Fournier got the wall. Fournier hit the wall, and he hit it hard right in front of Chris Torres. And Chris Torres, kind of a funny story. He originally wasn't sure if he was going to race tonight. Then he was on the flyer for tonight's race on Facebook and said, well, now I got to race. And unfortunately, gets caught up in it a little bit there.
Whoa, a little razzle-dazzle there for trucks coming to the pit lane. Except Sean Breitzman, he had to commit to come to the pits. Dan West Jr., Raz, Anderson all playing psych with everybody. John Breitzman was trying to do the same, but he hit to the commit cone, and he has to pit, Greg. Give him up a top 5 run for the 46. So damage repair being done also to Breitzman's truck in 46, the defending Cup Series champion of last year. And fuel and damage for the 46, Greg. Yep. It's been all Dan West Jr. from Shelton, Washington, leading the way.
Interesting strategy there for Breitzman.
They're behind that Sedan iRacing pace car. And again, in the 55 all night long. Shades of what he did. Okay, well, not shades of what he did. Justin Yee, honestly, was the pick of the litter, I thought, to win the Cup race on Monday night. And then, out of nowhere, the final 30, 40 lap sprint, Dan West Jr. started to show his momentum and was able to get the win. But, Greg, right now, all Dan West Jr., sheer domination in truck 55. Even when he comes down to the pit lane, he's even came back out as a leader.
Much like last year, he dominated this race, led every single lap of that race that, like we mentioned, went to overtime. It was a dominating performance for Dan West Jr. here in this race last year. So he absolutely has been one of the top drivers here in the Truck Series. Of course, he is the defending champion of the series, but there are a couple new threats to it, including these two guys right behind him, Cole Raz and Casey Garber, second and third. Garber and Raz both have really been rising stars here in the Northwest scene of iRacing for quite a while now. Garber and Raz, of course, they each got a win on the Tour this year. Cole Raz getting a win in the truck and a win in the Cup last year. Garber getting his first Cup win or truck win last week. Definitely two guys who are rising to the occasion right now. And as a matter of fact, as I look at the results, Dan West Jr. won both races at this racetrack last year, Wesley. So he's looking for 3 in a row at this racetrack.
Let's give you your lineup as we set to go back to the green flag. Dan West Jr. leads. Casey Garber is second. Cole Raz is third. Caden Anderson fourth. Jeff Stabnow is fifth. Dennis Moore is in sixth. Dan Lowther seventh. Joshua Beal eighth. Stephen Paulison is ninth. And John Onenbacher the top 10. Then it's James Thurston, Dylan Huffines, Frank Harris, Dana Rogers, Tyler King, and Stephen O'Hare the first 16. Pace car will get ready to drop back onto the pit lane as they make their way back for the restart zone out of 4. And again, Greg, Dan West Jr., another perfect jump on the field. Whole shot back to the 55 in turn 1.
Trying to get away from the field. Dan West Jr. trying to pull away. Cole Raz in the number 10, lurking there on the inside of Garber. They're side by side for the first time. Here, Cole Raz taking a shot at second place.
Shot for that number 2 spot. Raz looking, peeking down to the bottom. Couldn't run down. Get to Garber as they work 2. Back straightaway. Dan West Jr. still in the number 1 spot. Garber there, followed by the machine of Raz. It's been that way all night long as Caden Anderson also in the mist along with Stabnow. And we got a caution out again. Trouble, 7th time. Lap 79. And they are stacked up big time over there in 3 and 4. Eric Cheney caught up in it. Maybe Sean Brightsman. Couple of other trucks included Bill Ross Jr., Judd Wakefield. And here we go again.
A look at the LSRTV replay. By the way, if you want your company to be mentioned every time we cut to replay, hit us up because we are looking for a new replay sponsor. This was a big one. Bill Ross Jr. involved. Chris Torres there in the 99. He's involved. Who's that other truck up there? Dennis Moore.
Moore. Yeah. The 71 involved of Aaron Cooper.
Bill Ross Jr. done for the night in the 17. It's unfortunate for him because he had such a strong run to start the season off. Taking another look at it. Ooh, one truck caught the wall there. I believe that may have been Tillman. Cheney with a slide. Gets into Ross. He noses into the wall. Spins up in front of Wakefield. Nowhere to go. What was Dennis Moore doing? Dennis Moore was just sitting there facing the wrong way on the one-way up there. We'll have to see if we can take another look and see what happened to Dennis Moore because I think that was the separate incident.
On board with Dennis Moore.
Ooh, contact with Beal. And that's the second time tonight those two have gotten together. Bink.
Man, oh man. Just literally just, you know, just kind of got into him. A little contact there. So yellow flag out for the 8th time. While we're under the yellow flag, well, let's give you your full field rundown as it stands right now under caution because it looks like nobody except trucks with damage or lap down go to the pit lane. Dan West Jr. is your leader. Casey Garber is in second. Cole Raz is third. Caden Anderson fourth, and Jeff Stabnow the top 5. Dan Lowther is 6th. John Onenbacher is 7th. Dana Rogers 8th. Tyler King is 9th. And Stephen O'Hare currently, Greg, in the top 10. Evan Smith is currently in 11th. Pryor Reynolds is in 12th. Eric Cheney is still currently 13th, along with James Vining 14th. Aaron Cooper 15th. Corey Walters is 16th. Dylan Huffine 17th. Stephen Paulison 18th. Casey Tillman 19th. And Sean Brightsman your top 20. The full field rundown of 32 includes Troy Daggett 21st. Scott Hutchinson in 22nd. Then it's going to be B.J. Tidrick, 23rd. Frank Harris, 24th. Joshua Beal, 25th. Dennis Moore is 26th. James Thurston, 27th. Chris Torres, Robert Gamble, Judd Wakefield, your top 30. And the rundown includes also several laps down for Bill Ross Jr. and Ray Fournier. There is the lineup, full field rundown as we are approaching halfway. On lap 83, the lights are off on the pace car. We will try to go back to green and get this thing back underway next time by.
Getting set to take the green flag once again. Still experiencing technical issues on my end, so apologies if I cut in and out. Having some internet issues on my end. My turn to have the issues this week, as seems like just about everyone else has had them at some point. My turn this time. West Jr. continues to lead over Garber, Raz, Anderson. Stab now back up in the top 5 after his issues earlier. And how about Dan Lowther in the number 63 with the damage on that truck, still able to fight back into the top 10.
Ready for the field to make their way back to the Geico restart zone and back underway. Green flag on the restart. Dan West Jr. side by side. Raz and Garber. Stab now licking his chops for that 3rd spot. Down to the inside in turn 1.
Raz trying to fight with Garber for 2nd. Anderson right there lurking in the catbird seat. Stab now right there with Lowther as well. How about John Ottenbacher? He's kind of had an up and down night. He's climbed his way up into the top 10. Tyler King, racetrack king there as well. Kevin Smith still looking for a top 10 here as he tries to work his way up. Stephen O'Hare, he had to take a caution and have some damage repaired. He's back in the top 10 now.
Aunt Kathy is being a savage to you tonight, Greg. Throom breaks do not count as technical difficulties.
hey, gotta at least try to cover face.
I do have to say, he didn't go to the bathroom because he left and came back quickly. Back straight away. Whoa, in the back of the pack. John Brightsman, Eric Caney, Corey Walters, Kevin Smith, Stephen Paulison, all in that mix. What a hornet's nest brewing out of turn number 4 across the tri-oval. Down the back straightaway. Smith trying to go around Cheney to the inside. Paulison is there on the bottom. He's in that Sinclair Oils Dynaco number 58 colors, just like Michael Self in the Arca Menard series. Superflow colors of the Machine 72 of BJ Tidrick. Down the back straightaway. It's still continuing, Greg, into turn 3.
3 steps to success if you're Stephen Paulison, the Daytona winner. Step 1, open the floor. Step 2, or open the door. Step 2, get on the floor. Step 3, everybody walk the dinosaur of the Sinclair Oils number 58. Sitting in 18th position right now. Daytona Cup winner.
I know that
trying
song.
To get around Casey Tillman.
I know that song, Greg. I know that song. Unveiling how old I am. Everyone up, get on the floor. Everybody wants the dinosaur. Woo! Turn 4.
Oh, Garber looking for the lead in the 94. This is the biggest challenge Dan West Jr.'s had to fend off all night.
Back straight away. Is that the caution lights on the pit lane? Is that caution lights?
No, that's happened to me before. What that is, the pit road entry lights are sitting on closed, even though pit road is very, very much open as it's a green flag.
Yeah, I like them. I thought they were the caution. I thought they were the pit entry lights. That's pretty cool.
Those are the pit entry lights. For some reason, they just like to sit in the closed position during the green flag run. Haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Working lap 92, closing in on halfway. And here comes Casey Garber trying to go for a lead change before the cross flags. Single foul as they hit the back straightaway.
Garber trying to get his nose in front. And this is shaping up to be exactly like it was last night. Because remember, or not last night, Monday night, excuse me. Garber was sticking his nose in there on the inside, trying to get a sniff up there. See if he could get the lead from West, and they were doing exactly that. Outside, inside, exactly shaping up like Monday. West Jr. came out on top on that one, but Garber went to school. What did he learn?
And by the way, if you are watching this broadcast or you check the replay,
Caution.
And you are a business, as we have a caution, let me get this out here real quickly. If you're interested in being a sponsor for either the caution flags or the restarts or replays, any of that stuff, contact livesimracing.com. They'll take care of you. Just before halfway, yellow flag out for the 9th time. Kevin Smith Jr. along with John Ottenbacher, they're involved in it. Yellow flag, all 4. Whoa, into the wall. Sideways goes Smith in 00.
That's definitely going to play a big role in Smith's night. Now, unfortunately, he's had such a strong run, though, Wesley. He's been very strong the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, once again, the luck just not there.
John Ottenbacher also involved in the 89, and oh, look at this! He just got the left rear and turned Smith. That is basically the outcome, Greg, of when he hooked the left rear, or he hooked the right rear, if you will. He hooked the right rear, pretty much nowhere to go. And when you're in the exit of the corner like that, you're going to expect that outcome.
Definitely not what these guys wanted, especially still in the first half. The good news is, Wesley, they still have over half the race to recover, but everyone's on pit road right now.
They are. The entire top 15 coming down to the pit lane, including Weston, Anderson, Raz, Stabnow, King, Lowther, O'Hare, Tillman, Moore, Thurston, Beal, Hidrick, Rogers, Ottenbacher, Smith, Cheney, all in the pits. And for the first time tonight, Dylan Huffines is the new leader in truck number 20.
He's the first driver not named Dan West Jr. to lead a lap tonight.
That's right. And of the first 96 laps of the race, it's been all 55. But Dylan Huffines, he's had his share of problems along the way. But right now, taking advantage of a late race caution here before halfway and moving in as the leader. Dylan Huffines, Briar Reynolds, James Vining, John Brightsman, Corey Walters, now your new top 5. Stephen Paulison, along with Frank Harris, Troy Daggett, Aaron Cooper. And then Dan West Jr. will cycle in as your top 10, Greg.
So mixed bag on pit road. Right at the halfway point is going to be when we take the green flag to start the second half of this race. And a new player up front, it's Dylan Huffines and the number 20 Briar Reynolds in second, looking for their first wins respectively. How about the Catman, James Vining? He's up there as well. Sean Brightsman, Corey Walters, your top 5. So how about it? Some new faces up at the front for the time being.
New drivers up front. Briar Reynolds, one of those drivers we've been keeping an eye on as well. As we are approaching halfway, it looks like it'll be lap 99 or 100 when they come back to the Geico restart zone and take the green flag. See if we get one to go on the pace car this time by. The lights are off. We'll double them up. New trucks in the top 10. Greg, we're ready to do it again here at Richmond.
Going to be exactly halfway when we take the green flag. Working lap 100 now under caution. It'll be halfway when we take the green flag. Dylan Huffines leading the way. And the fastest truck all night long, Dan West Jr., going to be starting 10th here on this restart. For the first time ever, well, the first time all night, I should say, the fast trucks have work to do.
Lap 100, halfway at Richmond. In the throwdown, we rest our voice, we kick some asphalt, extended style at Richmond. they come at speed. Short track racing. Back for the second half of the LSRTV Throwdown 200. Wesley Outland, Greg Wrench, Charles Wooten, production chair. And to answer your question, XO Ghost _ Rider XO. Hashtag more short tracks on iRacing. I am a fan of announcing NASCAR. I get to do NASCAR, but I am a fan of short track racing, and I believe the powers that be should get together and try to showcase more of the great short tracks across the country.
I want specifically, I want a Northwest track on the server. I want one
Evergreen
of my
Speedway?
home tracks on here. Evergreen definitely would have to be the favorite for that for sure. On the dirt side, you got to go Skagit Speedway around here, maybe Grays Harbor, but there are just so many awesome
3 wide contact in the wall, trouble.
Tyler King.
Paulison tangled in a 3 wide sandwich, and then he got munched and crunched. Trouble without Captain Crunch Cheney getting into him, and the yellow is out again just after halfway.
Dinosaur did not want to dance anymore.
Paulison along with Tyler King, Stephen O'Hare. They were about to stick it 3 wide. The hot dog between the bun was the Dinosaur. 3 wide contact. Stab now was there. He scampered away. Frank Harris got collected. Lowther might have got a piece of it. And Moore with Dennis Moore getting hit as well. Brian Reynolds also in the 12.
Brian Reynolds in the 12, up in the second spot though, having a very
on board with
nice
Stab
run.
now. This should be interesting. Whoa, whoa, 3 wide, 2 wide. Take a listen. And all hell breaks loose behind him. Hey, Aunt Kathy says hashtag no more Roval, Greg.
I mean, we all know. We all know how Aunt Kathy feels.
Yes.
Yeah, we all know how Aunt Kathy feels about the word Roval. I mean, she just hates the word Roval. The word Roval absolutely drives her bonkers. If she could go the rest of her life without hearing the word Roval one more time, she'd be happy because she hates the word Roval. She never wants to hear the word Roval again. And I am going to get
my butt
kicked for that one.
We're at the Roval. And I want to get a word with our buddy here, Jeff Stabnow from Billings, Montana. The Billings, Montana, number 24, Stabnow. Boy, that was close. That was close, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know how I squeezed through that on the outside, but I'll take it.
Man, that was like fighting over the last piece of hot dog between the bun, and you just smidges off the wall and made it work.
Well, I got in there to try to make that work on the outside. I got into Steven a little bit there coming out of 2, and I let him gather it up in front of me, but then I was going to try to take him on the outside, and I think he drove it in too deep, pushed out a little bit, and then Tyler, I think, tried to take it underneath us, and oh boy, did it get scary.
Jeff, let's recap earlier in the race. You were in the top 8 for most of the way, and there was a problem with you on the restart where all of a sudden you shuffled back to about 9th. What happened there?
Yeah, I was, I got loose real bad. I got almost sideways completely and ended up on the apron there coming out of 2. And I was able to gather it up and save it, but I lost about 9 places.
Well, you got a good run going for you right now. Greg, you got anything for Jeff Stabnow, truck 24?
Kind of an up and down night for you so far, Jeff, but here you are trying to fight your way back in. How do you like the truck moving forward for the second half of the race?
I'm pretty confident I've got the best long-run truck, but as you can see, the race is not going my way. I don't have a lot for these guys the first 20 laps, but as soon as we got to that first 20-lap run or so, everybody just started dropping back to me pretty quick. So not sure how much that damage is affecting me on the right front, but if we get a long green front flag run, I feel pretty confident that I've got a good chance at this thing. Keeps going like this, though, I'm in trouble. Want to have, and I know you want to have a decent run, Jeff, because it's been kind of a dismal season so far to start. Yeah, I'd love to have a great run, but it's Richmond. I'm not going to pin my hopes on it, right? You get stuck in traffic, it's easy to have a short night.
All right, Jeff, we'll let you go, buddy. The lights are off on the pace car. We'll get ready to go back to the Geico restart zone. And Jeff Stabnow will be ready to bring them back to green in the top 10 in 7th position. Let's set it up for you now as we go back for the restart here. Dylan Huffines leads. Briar Reynolds second. Casey Garber third. Cole Raz is fourth, followed by Dan West Jr., Caden Anderson, Jeff Stabnow, Stephen O'Hare, Casey Tillman, Joshua Bill in the top 10. New names up front in the second half of the LSRTV Throwdown 200. Green flag back in the air and shades of Dan West Jr. as well, Gregory. Dylan Huffines, hole shot on the restart. Meanwhile, they're 2x2x2 like no one leading the animals to the arc of the back straightaway.
It really seems so far, Wesley, like Dylan Huffines has been very strong on the inside line. Seems like the restarts, you want to be in that inside line for the restart as Garber's able to get around his teammate Briar Reynolds. To the inside, though, Casey Garber, winner last week in Atlanta. He may have the shot here on those fresher tires. He's got it. Casey Garber to the lead, looking for back-to-back wins.
Garber, the Atlanta winner, now going back to the top spot. While that goes on, Dan West Jr. beginning his ascent for the first time tonight. Mired in the back after a late race pit stop just after halfway at midpoint, trying to fight through the field. And currently now, he sits in 5th, trying to get around Cole Raz and company into the back straightaway, along with Reynolds off 2.
Trying to pull away, though, is the race leader, Garber. Has Raz to the inside of Reynolds for 3rd. Dan West Jr. kind of pinned behind them right now, which is allowing Caden Anderson to get up here and contend with them. And how about Josh Beal in the 112? A satellite driver for Garber's Garage this week. Oh, West Jr. pushes up the track.
A little slip there, a minute there, bouncing off of Raz, getting around Anderson, and Dan West Jr. back to the left rear of Raz, trying to make something work as they hit the bottom out of 4.
Casey Garber is loving seeing this because he's opened it up a second now over Dylan Huffines. Briar Reynolds there in 3rd, having a great run into number 12. One truck out of the race now. Scott Hutchinson has fallen out along with Gamble, Ross, and Fournier. Those are the only trucks out of the race right now. 28 trucks remain in this one.
Back across the start-finish line, working now lap number 118 of 200. And out in front, Casey Garber. Garber, along with Huffines. And then Briar Reynolds, Cole Raz, Dan West Jr. That's that big gaggle of traffic heating up off of turn 4. Reynolds on the inside. Opens up the door to the outside lane for Raz to clear. West to clear and others as they go back into 1.
West on the outside. Reynolds trying to hold on to a top 5 right now. Whoa, one truck getting loose off of 4. That was O'Hare.
Whoa, contact! Dan West Jr. got in to Raz and turned him. Dan West Jr. got into the corner. He hooked the left rear. We've seen that a lot tonight. I don't want to say it's intentional, Gregory, but literally got into the left rear, into the exit of 3, and around went the 10 of Raz.
My goodness. Going to take a look at this on the replay and see what exactly happened.
Right there, you see it. Hooked the left rear into the corner. Drove in too high, came in too low, and hooked the left rear. We've seen that a couple of times, Greg, where trucks literally get turned in the corner and you literally try to make a pass in the entrance or the exit of the corner. You're going to have this happen to you. And that's exactly what's happened again.
And what a heartbreaker for Cole Raz, as now he's got to charge through the field late in the going. 23 trucks currently on the lead lap. He's coming down to take the fast repair along with several other drivers. Wesley, we're on pit road.
Aunt Kathy says, y'all are trying the Jesus in me. I guess with the robo comments, I don't know. But anyhow, Aunt Kathy, as we have pit stops going on, Hayden Anderson is now going to cycle back around as the new leader. You'll be proud of me. Greg, I had dinner tonight. I had a delicious, famous Philly cheesesteak, some chili cheese fries. And guess what I had for dessert?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Cheesecake. 2 big pieces of Jaleesa's cheesecake. Yes. I'm a happy fat cat right now, as our producer calls me. Oh, we're under caution. Hey, let's take a quick break. Back with more coverage in a moment. The Northwest iRacing Truck Series, LSRTV, CRN Sports. All right, we're not going to take a break, but we are going to show you the Saw Blade top 5. Look on the upper left. There's your top 5. New changes, new people. Caden Anderson now out in front. Oh, we're taking a break every 50 laps. What happened? Hashtag fake news producer. All right, we're going to jump in the box real quickly and grab a word with our buddy, Caden Anderson. Caden, you're in the lead. Boy, it's been a wild one here at Richmond so far tonight. What's your take of the truck?
I feel like we have a really good truck here. Probably not as strong as Dan West, but I feel like we have a good second or third place truck here. Racing's been really tight and fun and exciting, so I'm glad we're out front and not behind the mess.
Suffice to say, are we seeing craziness because of, I mean, we saw what happened where Dan West Jr. got into Raz, your partner, and we've seen it from another couple of occasions on other times where if you hook the left rear in the corner, you're going to go around him, all right? Hey.
Yeah, I think a lot of it there was just trying to get to the front to get to the lead, because once you're in the lead, you can defend really well. So I feel like we're all just trying to get to the lead, and it's causing chaos.
Crazy Richmond. Greg, thing for Caden before we go back to the restart?
It's been a quiet run for you so far, but now you're back up in the lead right now. We'll have the lights off on the pace car, so we'll make it quick. What do you think for the second half of this race, closing stages? What's it going to take?
I think it's just going to take keeping my nose clean and staying out front as long as we can.
All right, go get him, buddy. That is, again, Caden Anderson is the man out in front. He is the leader of this race now. He makes the third different leader of the race, might I add. As we get ready to go back to the Geico restart zone, here comes the field out of turn number 4. Green flag going back in the air. Anderson on the jump. He'll scamper away from O'Hare and Garber and Moore and Lowther. Greg in the top 5 now as we go back to the restart.
Dan Lowther took the fast repair. He's got a brand new race truck under him, and we talked about how confident he was feeling with his truck tonight. Here he is battling up in the top 5, still looking for that first truck win, but man, he has been strong here lately in this one.
How's that song go? Papa's got a brand new bag. Look at him go into turn number 1. Moving through trucks, going around Moore, trying to now size up O'Hare and Tillman in front of him. To the back straightaway, they go into 3.
Trying to fight on the outside, though. Look at O'Hare in the 41 trying to sneak up here at the end. By the way, Casey Tillman up to 3rd. Where did he come from in the 92? He's trying to have a nice recovery here.
Yes, sir. And Jeff Stab now, Greg, back to 2nd spot. And he is closing in on the leader, Caden Anderson. He is right there as they exit out of turn 4.
Remember, these two had history last year, though, at Richmond in the fall race.
Yep. That's right.
And it was a very similar situation to this. Anderson in front of Stab now. The battle continues between Tillman and O'Hare.
Back straightaway into 3. Here they go. Bottom of the racetrack, Anderson. Stab now is there. 1 and 2. Dan West Jr., by the way, pitted. He is currently in the top 10. He's in 10th. And got a caution. Caution out again for the 10th time. Yellow flag will fly here at Richmond for the 10th yellow. Problems for Big Bird. Captain Crunch just got dethroned and off the plank. Eric Cheney puts us under yellow again. Wow! Right in front of Sean Brightsman, actually. And apologies, Cheney slowed down because it was part of the contact, but this is a caution on the defending Northwest iRacing Cup Series champion, Greg Rentz, Sean Brightsman in the teal and yellow white 46. Well, a little bump there. I believe we lost my partner Greg again. Oh, okay. There's a look at what happened. Under the yellow flag here, we'll wait till the next one. Anderson and Stabnow, Greg, beginning to fight for the lead. We saw the replay of what happened is, again, just a victim of circumstance for Eric Chaney getting into Sean Brightsman. Brightsman had contact with the 21 truck of Tyler King, and then you see the outcome there as we go under yellow flag again. But Greg, Anderson and Stabnow doing really good in 1 and 2. And I got to say, man, I am so impressed with Dan Lowther, Casey Tillman, new drivers up in the front along with Stephen O'Hare.
Yeah, it's good seeing a couple new faces up at the front. Guys still searching for that first truck win as well. Caden Anderson is in that mix. 2 cup wins, but never a truck win. He's in the mix as well. Casey Tillman, he's looking for his first win. Dennis Moore looking for his first truck win. Stephen O'Hare, 3 wins last year, but struggling out of the gate this year. He's up in the top 5. Dan Lowther in 6th, looking for his first truck win. James Vining in the 333. He's had a whole lot of struggles lately. Can he get that first truck win here tonight? Very well could. It has been a great job by some of these guys to keep it clean. Good seeing some new faces up at the front. We'll see how it goes here for the closing stages.
Lights are going to go off on the pace car this time by. Actually, we're still under caution, aren't we? This time by, the 1 to go indication will be given. That's right. Okay. Let's give you your rundown. Caden Anderson leads. Jeff Stabnow now 2nd. Casey Tillman 3rd. Stephen O'Hare is 4th. Dennis Moore is 5th. Dan Lowther is 6th. Followed by James Vining, Casey Garber, James Thurston, Corey Walters are the top 10. All right, Greg. They're going to get the 1 to go indication this time by. Stabnow. Has he got a chance to get a jump on Anderson on the restart on the outside, or do you think Anderson's going to be in the catbird seat like we've seen everybody else tonight on the inside, like Huffines and West Jr. getting the restarts?
Boy, that inside has been so strong on these initial starts here, Wesley. I don't know. I like the inside right now.
Field will be doubled up 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back. Currently, there are 24 trucks on the lead lap. Joshua Beal, the last truck on the lead lap, of the 24th position. Pace car will drop back onto the pit lane between 3 and 4. Here they come back inside the Geico restart zone, and it looks like Stabnow might mount a charge, but he slips. Inside lane will go again. Anderson powers away. Stabnow on the defense as Tillman looks for 2nd on the inside and 1.
Yeah, Tillman needed a good run off the restart, and he got it. Casey Tillman trying to get himself back into position to get himself his first truck win, looking very, very strong right now in that number 92, trying to fight his way up. He's an iRacing Northwest Tour guy. He knows how to get it done on the short tracks, and here he is trying to pull ahead and get himself in the top 5, up in 3rd right now, looking for a big finish here for Tillman.
So Stabnow will finally clear by that machine of Tillman. Tillman will fall back to the number 3 position while they move by more lap traffic. Dennis Moore, Stephen O'Hare, Casey Garber, Dan Lowther, and a big bottleneck of traffic behind one another brewing in turn 1.
They are fighting it out for 4th on back right now. Here comes Dennis Moore trying to fight back into the mix as well. Casey Garber, who led some laps earlier. Dan West Jr. in the 55 also. Caden Anderson, though, trying to pull away
3
right
wide
now.
in the middle. 3 wide for a minute. Dan West Jr. and he cleared him.
Also, don't look now, but Cole Raz is creeping back up into the picture in the number 10. He's trying to go 3 wide middle.
Battles going on, getting fierce as we approach under 60 laps to go here at Richmond. They are on the throwdown in the LSRTV 200. Back to turn number 1 and 2. Stab now, trying to run down Anderson, and a gaggle of traffic continues to fight inside the top 10 off 2.
Trying to fight it off.
Raz and Lowther battle. This is for 9th and 10th.
Ninth place on the chart right now. Give it to Raz off of turn 4. Dan Lowther, though, trying to fight back. Here comes Reynolds. Brian Reynolds having a breakout race as well. He's having the best run of his young truck career, trying to get back into the top 10. He will do it. Was up as high as 2nd earlier today.
One of the things I've been noticing in this race, Greg, if you go to the outside lane, it seems like if you go to the outside, you are a sitting duck. Problems, front straightaway, trouble. Judd Wakefield into the wall, in front of the pack. James Vining, 333, spins in front of the pack. Caution is out again. He lost it off 4, Greg.
In the top 10.
Just simply lost it.
Top 10, taking a look at the replay.
Watching Vining down to the inside, battling with Raz. Cole Raz. Might have been a little bump draft, air pocket, if you will, and around went the 333, a side draft, and around went the 333 of Vining. Luckily, everybody was able to miss him. And the caution back out again. Do they pit, Greg? That's the question. Do they pit?
Sure, I pit. I'm in the crew chief position. I pit. Here they come.
Yep, here they come. Anderson comes
Josh
in.
Beal not.
Beal did not pit. You see, Garber did not pit.
Garber's going to get the lead. Beal was a lap down. West Jr. coming or staying out. About mixed bag.
So Garber does not pit. Neither does Dan West Jr. Dennis Moore does not pit. Neither does Cole Raz or Brian Reynolds. Anderson comes down. Stab now comes down. Dan Lowther, Sean Brightsman, Stephen O'Hare, Tyler King, Casey Gilman, James Vining, who brought out the caution, obviously, along with Tyler King and Kevin Smith. They all come down to the pit lane. And it looks like Cole Raz, well, actually, boy, oh boy. Looks like Anderson is going to end up cycling back to 15th. Stab now 18th, coming off the pit lane. We're going to take our final commercial break. When we come back, we will take you to the checkered flag to the finish. Coverage, the LSRTV Throwdown 200 in a moment returns from Richmond.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Shootout time, 55 laps to go. And for the most part of this race, before halfway, it was truck 55 of Dan West Jr. who was leading the way. Well, guess what, Greg? Dan West Jr. is up to P2. He did not pit on a strategy. Could it be the Dan West Jr. show again? Dennis Moore third, Cole Raz fourth, Brian Reynolds fifth, Hidrick, Huffine, Thurston, Audenbacher, Frank Harris, the new top 10 as we come to 1 to go next time by at the line.
Here we go. We're going to try it again. Just over 50 laps to go. Garber leads, West second, Moore, Raz, Reynolds your top 5. BJ Tiderick back up into the top 10 after struggling early with the damage to the 72. He has clawed his way back up into the 6th position for Team Ramrod. Remember, he was running the trucks last year in the playoffs only to get track time at the tracks for the playoffs and wound up enjoying himself in the truck. So he says, you know what, I'm going to make a run for the truck title this year. And the number 72, he restarts 6th on this one.
Ready for the field to make way for the 12th time to the Geico restart zone after the 11th caution of the race. Here comes the field. Set up inside. Casey Garber, winner last week in Atlanta, trying to now go 2 for 2. Daytona
Caution
winner
right away.
Dan West Jr. And we got a caution just as fast as they got back going again. Trouble off the front straightaway. Josh Beal in the 112. Caution for Joshua Beal. This is the field in the back cycling up for the restart, coming to speed. And we'll see what happens here. Josh Beal lost it on his own, just simply spun around down below the bottom of the infield. And there's the caution out. All right, Greg, so if you are Garber or West or Raz that did not pit the last time, do you come down to the pit lane this time?
Nah, not yet. Here's why. We didn't even get a lap in on these tires, so we didn't even really get a chance to see what the older tires versus newer tires was going to do that time. So I'm staying out for at least another run.
If Garber does not come down to the pit lane, as Greg reiterated on, we'll try to grab a word with the man right now, the 94, and get his thoughts on the race so far. He's down below the apron. Chris Torres will get the wave around, and they will not get. Greg was correct. He did not come down to the pit lane. To the Garber's Garage, number 94 entry. Currently sitting in the number 1 position. He won at Atlanta last week. We grab a word now with Casey Garber. Casey, can we see you go 2 in a row? 50 to go.
Trying to jinx me or what?
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna pull what Dan did to me last night. I'm gonna give him the bottom, and I still got 1 set of tires left here. We're still discussing when we want to pit it, but I'm gonna run the top side and give Dan the bottom and see what happens.
Are you worried though that you might get hooked in the left rear? We've seen that happen a lot tonight.
I'm not worried.
Interesting race tonight so far. We'll see what happens the final 50 laps. Greg, you got anything for Garber?
Casey, it took you a little bit to get up to the front, but like you said, once you were able to do it, you're going to do exactly what Wes did to you. How much better is the top line than the bottom? Is it just like the Cup race on Monday, or is there a little bit of a difference tonight?
Well, it's definitely hard to get a run underneath someone. When I was there behind Dan, I definitely could not get by him. I might have been faster, but there was no way I was getting by him. So he's faster than me, and I'm going to see if it works to give him the bottom. He's been pretty squirrely, so hopefully he'll burn his stuff up.
KC, this has been a pretty fun race to call. How fun has it been racing it yourself tonight?
It's all right. I got a guy in my TeamSpeak channel that won't shut up.
All right. Well, KC, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
10-4.
I appreciate it, KC. All right. The Garber's Garage. He's got Josh Beal and Briar Reynolds in his broadcast communications, and I guess they won't shut up so he can concentrate, Greg. I don't know.
Well, I've been in races with everyone, and I can definitely see that for sure. And probably much more of the same going on in the Team Ramrod communications as well. And no doubt BJ Tidrick's in there probably having to do much of the same that Garber's talking about and try to police them as far as chatting during the race, because some drivers, they like having stuff in their ear during the race. Other drivers, they keep telling them, nope, do not talk. Casey Garber, as from experience, definitely falls into the latter category there.
Pace car is in. You're on board with the leader. AC Garber, you just heard from him. Back at the Geico restart zone, and they are back underway. Green flag, 47 laps to go. He pulls away from Raz and West, and they're side by side for the bridesmaid spot off 2.
West able to clear, though. So now Garber, he said he's going to repay what West did to him last night, or last Monday, I should say. He's going to run the top and give Dan the bottom. And it looks like Dan's going to try to find right in his tire tracks until he gets to him. West Jr. knows he's going to be doing that. So West is going to have to try to get creative to get around him. What does Cole Raz do? I'm watching that 10 truck in 3rd spot. What does Raz do? Does he try anything different here if he can get up to them?
A little razzle-dazzle there for a minute as it looked like Dietrich had some company trying to battle along with Reynolds for that spot. It's in the top 5 along with Dennis Moore. Behind Cole Raz, as Greg mentioned, 1, 2, and 3. All single file. And Greg, I think it's just like Casey Garber predicted. He cannot seem to, West cannot seem to get around him. He's stuck on the bottom. He's stuck on the top. They're going to have to move each other around forcibly.
And look at West. He's going up to the top line just to try to reel Garber in. But we saw it earlier in the race. Garber was really strong in the first 10 laps of a run. But once the tires settled in, that was when West seemed to really be stronger. So I'm curious what's going to happen here in about 6 laps or so once West's tires come to him, because we saw it. Garber was faster on the initial go for the first 10 laps. But once West's truck came to him, he really started to take off. But I am just so impressed more and more. Briar Reynolds for Garber's Garage, Casey Garber's teammate, sitting in 4th spot right now. A breakout race, no doubt, for Briar Reynolds. Definitely the best run of his Northwest Racing Series career.
Ready to settle in for the nightcap here as it is 158 laps, closing in on 40 laps to go. It's been a dandy of a good one here tonight at Richmond, virtually iRacing. And here comes the pack, all 4 across the start-finish line. Again with Garber, Dan West Jr., Cole Raz, Briar Reynolds, BJ Tidrick. They're all at speed off the back straightaway.
Single file and kind of spacing out a little bit more and more. Sean Brightsman back up into the top 10 now into number 46, but still a little bit of damage to him in the back of the 46 truck. In 9th right now, trying to reel him in. Huffines trying to get around Dennis Moore right now, right up in front of him. That's the battle for 8th. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now. Huffines trying to make the inside lane work.
And Greg, we're looking at all of these different drivers climbing the scoring pylon. Casey Tillman and Jeff Stab now are all the way back in 12th and 13th. So this cycle of pit stops did not strategy work for their favor.
That's because so many drivers stayed out on the last cycle. But remember, most of those guys, they would probably still need to come down one more time, where these guys might be able to make it to the end, and they may have set themselves up for the finish. So if we catch another caution, I think those 2 will be sitting pretty on the restart. The question is, will there be enough time for the guys who stayed out, the guys like Garber, Reynolds, Anderson, West and company up there, who can make their charge back up?
That's the question. Will we see another visit by the Banana Republic flag? Or will this race right now, as it seems, all single file, settle in for the finish? Back to turn 1 and 2 at Richmond. Casey Garber, the Atlanta winner last weekend. And there's your caution flag for the 13th time. Yellow is out here again.
It's going to help Stab now, Tillman, Lowther and company. Caution's out once again.
Caution out for the 3rd time. It's Joshua Beal in the 112. You're looking at the replay here. Oh, again, another truck in the left rear. Got into Briar Reynolds. Actually, James Thurston. He actually got into James Thurston. My apologies. He got into the 91 of James Thurston, and that's what caused it. By the way, blimp views. Aerial view coverage always presented by All-American Pools. Greg, here they come. Pit stop, money stop, under 40 to go.
Ooh, the Garber's Garage truck staying out. Casey Garber and Briar Reynolds, but West and Raz coming down. Once again, a mixed bag on pit road.
A mixed bag of trucks on the pit lane, ready to go in the money stop. Wow. Casey Garber stayed out. Everyone else pitted. Briar Reynolds will now move to second. Caden Anderson third. Sean Brightsman, Stephen O'Hare, Jeff Stabnow. Greg, you called it. You said it was going to happen this way, and that's exactly how it transitioned.
Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised we still saw some trucks stay out there. 4 trucks down pit road, or stayed out, I should say, that time. Garber, Reynolds, Anderson, and Brightsman stayed out. I think O'Hare may have as well. Yes, and Stabnow. So we're seeing some of the trucks that had stayed out on that last run come down or stay out now. But I'm very surprised to see the 2 Garber's Garage trucks of Garber and Reynolds, and then the KAR entry of Caden Anderson. He stayed out as well. So definitely surprised to see those 3 stay out at least for another run. They are banking on at least one more caution here.
Yeah, I think they are for sure. And
Beck would have to have behind
let's
them. If they
jump
gain a bunch
in
of
and
spots for free, then we're fucking screwed.
find out what's going on here. Briar Reynolds. Briar Reynolds, that's in the broadcast communication chat, bud. You're sitting second right now. We apologize for that. We apologize for that. We were just grabbing a driver. We didn't know what kind of language he was using. But Briar, you're in a good spot right now. You are in the second position currently.
Yeah, no, this race has gone pretty much perfectly to plan. Me and Casey put these cars together last night in a setup room, and they're good long-run cars. Just a little worried about the guys with tires behind us, but if they have tough time getting through the field, we should be all right.
Definitely playing your cards right for sure. How interesting has this race been so far, strategy-wise? You've been involved in a couple of hiccups, but for the most part, your truck stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, I had to use my fast repair really early, so I've had to keep my nose clean the rest of the race, and it went to plan. Just stayed patient, didn't get into anybody, and got back to the front.
All right, buddy. Watch that language next time. You never know we're going to bring you in the broadcast booth, my friend.
Yeah, hey, sorry about that. Didn't know I was coming up.
No problem. That's Briar Reynolds. And again, he was in I guess a heated conversation with some other people, and word got used that we do not normally have on the broadcast, and we do send our sincere apologies for that, Greg.
Yeah, definitely apologize for that language, but that's racing, especially when you're up on the wheel with 30 laps to go, up in the top 5. Emotions are running high in the truck, and we apologize for that, but that's racing, unfortunately, sometimes.
Everything is going to plan according to Briar Reynolds. He hooked up with Casey Garber, the Garber's Garage team, and they're right now sitting 1 and 2, ready for this finish. With 30 laps to go, over 30 laps remaining. The pace car drops in, side by side, door to door for the first time on a restart. And the whole shot will go to Garber again. But Gregory, man, Briar Reynolds was hanging right there with him and opened the door to Anderson on the inside.
As they try to settle things down, Anderson around. Caden Anderson around in the 37. Oh no, something happened off of turn 2.
Caden Anderson goes around. He sent it off of turn 1. We'll follow this on the restart. Look at this. Brightsman on the outside. O'Hare behind him. And away they go into 1. Watch this in the corner on the replay. For those that are listening on CRN, we'll give you a description. Garber scampers away. Reynolds and Anderson got together, Greg.
Contact off of turn 2, and this is going to turn the entire race complexion on its lid.
Wow. Man, oh man. Oh, Briar Reynolds. He's blinking, blink and nod on the 12.
Saw a little bit of that out of Garber earlier also. Casey Tillman staying out to try to get the wave around, it would appear.
And Greg, it was Garber. It's actually Garber, not Reynolds. My apologies. It's Casey Garber that was doing it, the leader.
Here we go. Things beginning to ramp up on Garber.
Judd Wakefield taking the wave around. Taking the free pass, I meant. Put him back on the lead lap.
Casey Tillman currently being scored as the final truck on the lead lap right now in the 23rd position.
My. Wow. John Brightsman, it's Wesley, LSRTV. You got a copy?
Hi, Wes.
Man, this race has been very, very interesting. It feels like it's going to go one way, and it turns its lid the next. What's your take here, being in third place with about under 30 laps to go?
I'm in a good spot. I got a couple Team Garber teammates in front of me, and they're going to be hard to pass. They're pretty fast here tonight. I don't think I have enough to get around them in our current situation, so I got tires saved away that I might go and visit. I'm not sure, just because of the car count of the lead lap cars. So we're going to try and get it, but it's going to be tough.
It seems like what you're saying is right now it's survival right now for Richmond tonight.
Yeah, definitely survival, and I'm just not the fastest here tonight. I've got a decent piece under me, but it's not as fast as these other fast guys like Casey, Breyer, West Jr., and Caden, all that. So I'm just hoping here I can get and finish in the top 5 and have a good night for the Brights Boutique Tundra.
Greg, you got anything for our defending Northwest iRacing Cup Series champion of Sean Brightsman?
Don, we've had to kind of play catch up here a little bit, as you kind of had issues earlier. You've been slowly climbing through the field, and now here you are again up in the top 5. But like you said, it's going to be tough to get around those Garbage Garage teammates. Lights just went out, so we'll make this quick here. In the number 46, you said you're worried about them in front of you. Is there anyone behind you you're worried about? You got your teammates Stab now, O'Hare, Lowther. Who else has got your attention right now?
Definitely Stab now. He's going to be fast in the long run, so if we don't get any long green flag runs here to end it, I don't know if I'm too worried on the short run.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Definitely been an interesting race for sure. No doubt about it. Ready for the field to settle in for the restart. And ready to go back to green. With 25 laps to go, and Greg, this should be an interesting 25 laps as Reynolds opens the door for Brightsman on the inside. Brightsman, boy, you had a shot there.
Yeah, I think they may have made just a tad bit of contact going into turn number 1. They were able to keep it going straight, but I think there was just the slightest amount of contact, and there may just be the slightest scuff of teal paint on the back bumper of the 12 now.
Back straightaway, everyone else single file. So, we settle in for the finish. Will we see this race come to an end, or will we have another visit of the yellow flag? What a wild race it's been. It's been interesting. It's been fun.
Well, Raz creeping up as well. He's back up to 6 now for Caden Anderson Racing in the number 10. Can he get back up and play a factor in the end of this one? But Dan West Jr. to the inside of him. There's a battle for 6th on track. West with a little bit of a squirrel. Not a whole lot.
Back straightaway into 3. Stab now. Scott O'Hare there. And Raz is back in that battle. Dan West Jr. as well. To the line. Closing in on 20 to go. Next time by, single file, everyone settles in for the long haul. Who will pull out a line and make a move back to the front? It's Casey Garber leading. Reynolds in second. Garber's Garage 1 and 2 off of 3 and 4.
Brightsman and Stab now lurking back there, trying to get up into the second. As Stab now trying to put the pressure on Brightsman. But remember, Stab now said earlier his truck was stronger on the long run. He's going to need this race to go caution-free to the end to really make some noise. Here he comes to the inside of Brightsman. O'Hare with a big bobble back there. He still fights it. Give that spot to Cole Raz. Give third to Jeff Stab now going into turn 3.
And here they come, exiting off of turn 4. Brightsman up racetrack. Stab now, back down. to the outside, to the inside. Brightsman's there. They're going to battle now for that third spot. Team LSRTV in the mix. Meanwhile, Cole Raz, Dan West Jr. trying to get around Cole Raz and make it a 3-truck battle with LSRTV as they come out of 4.
And Raz gets it over Brightsman. Dan West Jr. trying to follow suit. This is all going on behind the Garber's Garage teammates. Garber and Reynolds. As Raz now peeking to the inside of Stab now. Cole Raz wants to get up there and play a factor in the end of this race. Clear off of turn 3, 4. Got him. Oh, and almost some contact.
Whoa.
Stab now. Dan West Jr. full send into turn 1.
Man, he was behind those drivers. Now he'll send a full send and go back, run him down. But in the process, he's allowed Cole Raz to go back to the number 3 spot. Now Stab now. Dan West Jr. side by side into turn 3.
West trying to clear Stab now and will off of turn number 4. West Jr. trying to win his 3rd straight race at Richmond in the Truck Series.
Does he have enough time?
Oh, big bobble out of Brightsman. He's in the wall on the 46. Sean Brightsman caught the wall off of turn 2. That could be the end of his night right there.
And Brightsman said his truck has definitely not been the best tonight. It's just survival, as now he tries to survive and hold on to the top 5. As Stab now clears him. Brightsman now under attack by O'Hare, Dennis Moore, Dylan Huffines, Dan Lowther, all trying to run down truck 46. Well, that goes on. Under 15 to go. It is still Casey Garber leading them back to the corner.
0.8 of a second over his teammate Briar Reynolds. Make it. Cole Raz into number 10. We're not done yet. Oh, Dan West Jr. in the picture as well.
Yep. Briar Reynolds, he'll fall back to 4th. Briar Reynolds back to 4th. Dan West Jr. has now became Goose for Maverick, and that's Cole Raz. They're 1 and 2 now, trying to hook up to the leader of Garber. 2nd and 3rd. Now, Raz and Dan West Jr. 2 trucks are faster than 1. Can they run down Garber with 13 to go? They're in 3.
Oh, they're going to catch him. The question is, can they pass him? Cole Raz and Dan West Jr. are both clearly much faster than Garber on this run. Closing in, going to be 12 to go at the line that time. Coming up on 11.
So Briar Reynolds has lost ground with his friend Casey Garber, the leader of the Garber's Garage, entry 94, the winner at Atlanta. He's now a sitting duck. The black 94 off of turn 4 to the line. 11 to go this time by. And here comes Raz and West. A 3-truck battle for the lead. It's a throwdown here in turn number 1 at Richmond.
Cole Raz might have it here going off into turn number 2. Not yet. Garber shuts the door. They touch just a little bit. These two have had several incredible battles here on iRacing over the last few months. We're going to see another one here on LSRTV. Garber outside, Raz inside. No one's been able to make the inside work very well yet here tonight. Can Cole Raz be the first to do it for the lead? Dan West Jr. right there as is Stab now.
Could make it work.
10 to go.
Raz back to the inside with 10 laps to go. To the inside, Raz with some help on Dan West Jr. down to the bottom. Gives him a push. Then he'll pull back up and go with Garber. He can't get around him. Now West says, I've had enough. He's down to the inside of Cole Raz, looking for the number 2 spot off of turn number 2. 8 to go.
Garber loves seeing this in his mirror, but he doesn't love seeing Jeff Stab now also creeping up into the picture. Coming to 8 laps to go. Raz to the inside. Once again, 4-truck battle for the race win. Jeff Stab now. He led the most laps in the fall here last year. And here he is up in the picture as well.
It all comes down to this. Look at Jeff Stab now. He's now put his nose in the gunfight. 7 laps to go down the back straightaway now as they go into the corner. 7 remaining when they hit the stripe. Garber slips just a little bit. Dan West Jr. to the inside. Here he comes hooking up with Stab now. He'll now lose traction with Raz. 7 to go. They're back to 1.
West to the inside.
Woo,
they make contact. Let's get open the door for Raz. West able to clear Garber, but Raz not done yet.
Raz has now hooked with Stab now as well. Casey Garber about to become a memory from 1st to 4th in just a lap. 6 to go at Richmond, and Dan West Jr. back to the lead.
But how much did the damage affect him at all, as Garber now has blinking issues? But Dan West Jr. has opened it up 0.2 of a second. Stab now right up on the back bumper of Cole, trying to get him to go. Get up there and get back with Dan. Let's get Owen up and go get him.
To the line, 5 lap to go. This time by from Barney. Milton, Barney, 5 Jr. on the flag stand, 5 remaining. To the field, Dan West Jr. trying to sweep the weekend and become the first 2-time winner of the season. He won at Daytona. He's the defending truck champion. He's trying to win again here at Richmond. He won the Cup race at Richmond on Monday. 4 to go at the line.
Lap traffic, though. It's Kevin Smith. And he's going to clear
the right thing and gets out of the way.
He's opened it up. Dan West Jr. is the fastest truck in town right now. Oh, Raz in the wall. That's going to allow Stab now to get a big move. But Stab now gets loose off 2.
This is for second. Stab now. Cole Raz moving through lap traffic. They got to get around Kevin Smith. 3 to go at the line.
Dan West Jr. is on cruise control now. He is cruising to what will be his 3rd overall win of the season, 2nd in the truck series this year. Looking to sweep the weekend. He's just got a mile and a half when he gets to the line.
The only way things will change is if we get an LRC, the late race caution. Right now, they don't want that. They come to the line. 2 to go. 2 remaining. And Jeff Stab now. Does he got enough time to run down Dan West Jr.? I don't think he can.
He's going to need to throw everything he's got at it. Caden Anderson has fought back up into the 6th spot now in the number 37, trying to catch up and break the top 5. But here we go. Through 3 and 4. Wesley, they're coming to the CRN. 1 to go.
The voice of live sim racing. More details at wearecrn.com. Final lap around. The defending Truck Series champion of last year. The winner at Daytona to open up this season for Season 8. He dominated the Northwest Cup Series event after Justin Yee had problems on Monday. And now, pull out a virtual broomstick. Shelton Washington's Dan West Jr. wins and sweeps Richmond. He'll take the LSRTV Throwdown 200. Second spot to Stab now. Raz, Garber, what a show here at Richmond, Greg Rentz.
Fantastic job here by Dan West Jr. to fight back at the end. He was the dominant truck early, and he will get it done here with a win. Jeff Stab now rallies to 2nd. The top 2 started right exactly there. They started 1-2, they finished 1-2. Cole Raz, Casey Garber, and Briar Reynolds, a career best, his first top 5 in Northwest Racing Series competition, able to hold on for 5th. How about it for Briar Reynolds tonight?
And you know what? Props to Jeff Stab now. Even though he didn't win the race, he was strategic to get back through the field. Cole Raz also with problems earlier as well. They could have wrecked each other. We know they got history, Caden Anderson and Stab now. And instead, they raced each other cleanly back through the pack, salvaged themselves with some top 10 finishes. And now it's celebration time for the man out of Shelton, West Virginia. As now Casey Tillman puts him up against the fence in the pit lane wall. And Greg, we missed Devin West tonight. Devin West was not with us tonight in Truck 5.
Definitely missed Devin and hope he get him back soon. But Wesley, this is Dan West Jr.'s 3rd straight truck win at Richmond.
Wow. And again, sweeps the Northwest Truck and Cup Series competition for points season week number 3. And yes, Aunt Kathy, this was a really good race. Truck, yeah, when it's all said and done. Sawblade.com, unofficial race results. Take a look at them. Dan West Jr. is your winner. Jeff Stab now 2nd. Cole Raz is 3rd. Casey Garber 4th. And Briar Reynolds, they were both in the hunt. The Garber's garage entries will settle for a top 5. Caden Anderson 6th. Sean Brightman, who was also in survival mode, as he told us, 7th. Dennis Moore, Stephen O'Hare, BJ Tidrick, the top 10. Finishing in 11th, will go to Dylan Huffines, followed by Dan Lowther, Frank Harris, Tyler King, Corey Walters, and Greg. Stephen Paulison, the Daytona Cup winner, will survive a 16th place finish.
Gonna find Casey Tillman in 17th after an up and down night. James Thurston 18th. Troy Daggett finishes on the lead lap once it's all said and done in 19th. Aaron Cooper rounds out the top 20. Dana Rogers, Chris Torres round out the 22 trucks on the lead lap. Everyone 1 lap down and down. John Ottenbacher, Judd Wakefield 1 lap down. 4 laps down was Kevin Smith. Eric Cheney in the number 76. A tough start and never was able to get it back going. He's the final truck to finish tonight. Trucks that did not finish the race include Josh Beal, James Vining, Scott Hutchinson, Robert Gamble, Bill Ross Jr., and Ray Fournier, your 32 trucks that took the green flag.
13 caution flags in this 200-lap event, and 1 for the ages. What a show the drivers of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series put on. Greg, I know you got to step away, bud. Got to get into bed. Your final thoughts on this race tonight. What a performance again by Dan West Jr.
A fantastic performance by Dan West Jr., but an unbelievable fight by all of our drivers here. A race of comers and goers. We honestly had no clue how this one was going to unfold, and how about the battle at the end? Jeff Stabnow and Cole Raz rallying to finish on the podium. Unbelievable race by everybody. I cannot wait till next week. We're going to Homestead, Miami.
That's exactly right. Homestead, Miami next week. Then we have a week off. Then it's on to the Daytona Beach Road Course, Vegas. And we have our own Bristol Dirt Race coming up at the end of April when the NASCAR boys are there this weekend for real. Congratulations, Dan West Jr. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk to Dan West Jr., Jeff Stabnow, Cole Raz, and wrap things up from Richmond. Back here at Richmond Raceway. Boy, what a showdown and a throwdown. The LSRTV Throwdown 200 is in the books. And when it's said and done, Dan West Jr. pulls out the virtual broomstick and sweeps the Commonwealth of Virginia this weekend for iRacing of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. We'll talk to him in Victory Lane in just a moment. But first, we'll grab a word with our top 3 finishers. The man that'll finish in third, the driver of the number 10. And again, just announced on Monday by yours truly as the new 7 drivers of the Alan Kawicki Driver Development Program. But as we also talked about his love and support of iRacing and this series, the number 10, Cole Raz, finishing third tonight. Cole, ups and downs, a roller coaster ride for you. What's your take of tonight and finishing in the podium?
I feel like it was a good rebound for the team. I feel like I think we finished one spot better than we should have. I think, Dan, Jeff, and Casey Garber were the class act of the field. And, luckily the strategy there played in our favor. I mean, we had the shot to win, just lost it there the last few laps. So all in all, I feel like it was a good race for us.
Man, I'll tell you what, those that last restart, the final 20 laps or so, some awesome racing. What is it like being amongst guys like Dan West Jr. and Sean Breitzman and yourself and Stab Now and Casey Garber, Briar Reynolds, just so many great drivers. Honestly, any of you guys could have won it the way it came out.
Yeah, I mean, the names you just listed off, most of them are the ones that are competing for wins week in and week out in this series. And I feel like the setup we brought in, I was pretty proud of. I think we just need a little bit more to run with those guys, just a little more consistent would have helped for that. I mean, Dan did a heck of a job. I was trying to hold him off for as long as I could, just because I knew once he got by me, it was over. So, I guess we'll move on. I don't even know where we're racing next week, but we'll go take away what we learned here and go give them a run for your money there.
Well, we go back to the 1.5 miles of Homestead Speedway, Homestead, Miami, Florida, virtually next Monday and Wednesday night for the Truck in the Cup series. But, hey, on another note, what does it mean to you being one of the drivers of 7 for the Alan Kawicki Driver Development Program and also being an iRacer yourself?
It means a lot. I think, you look at the list of names that have been in that program in the previous years, and I think there's a lot to learn. And I feel like there's a lot to go in with excitement with. I think, I'm looking to represent the program with a lot of honor and dignity, and I think I'm excited to carry those elusive stripes and colors on my car this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going and meeting some kids in some children's hospitals, and I feel like that's where my heart's set for my charitable act in the program, and look forward to carrying that on in the years coming.
All right, buddy, before I let you go, thank those sponsors on the number 10.
Big thank you to Master Wrench, SPS, Joe Farre, everybody that helps me out in the real world, TMI, Brad Corneliusm, and of course the new KDD program that are on the car.
Yeah, already got the designs and the wrap, orange and white for Alan Kawicki as well. The driver, Cole Raz, he'll settle for the number 3 position here tonight at Richmond. Runner-up, boy, 20th in the points coming into it. We spoke to him earlier in the race. It's been an up-and-down roller coaster year at the end of the season, out of the playoffs early. And then you have had some crazy races at Daytona and Atlanta. Jeff, this has got to be like a win for you. Team LSRTV Truck 24, you finish in second.
And I'll tell you what, we got caught on the wrong strategy there at the end. Got stuck on old tires. These new tires caught us. It's just a testament to how good that set was tonight, that I was actually able to hang in there with them and then even pass some of them there at the end. Second place, once those guys caught us with the new tires, I thought it was over. So to be able to get by all the rest of the guys on the old tires and even hang in there for second. And, that felt like a win tonight. I'd have liked to have had the playoff ticket, but I'll take it. I had a dang good run, just a little bit of bad luck with strategy.
Honestly, those last 20 laps, Jeff, that had to be in some of the best fierce iRacing I've ever seen or had a chance to call.
Well, we're driving around guys that you just know can stick it in there, right? I mean, one of these days I'll be bragging about having raced against Cole, even if it is on iRacing. I firmly believe that's going to be something to brag about down the road here. Got a chance to race Cole, race side by side with him on iRacing. Dan's incredible. Sean is I don't have to say anything about Sean. We know Sean's history here, and Casey Garber, and so just racing around these guys as hard as we can and sending it in there and too wide on Richmond and trying to make it stick and not knowing if it's gonna and just knowing you got guys that can hold their line. It was just I can't cuss right now. It was fun as heck.
You could say fun as hell. That's allowed. It was a good one, Jeff. Before we let you go,
Not
buddy,
sure that's what I was going to say.
Okay. Well, thank your sponsors on truck number 24 so I don't get you in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're just running straight LSRTV tonight, so big shout-out to all you guys at LSRTV. You guys just do a fantastic job. Love working with you guys. Love racing racing with these guys, just living the dream here. So big shout out to them and big congratulations to Dan. What a run tonight, man.
The driver out of Billings, Montana for Team LSRTV and the West Racing Ford, Jeff Stabnow, will finish in the number 2 position. What a good way to try to bounce back up in the point standings. And finally, the winner of the race sweeps the weekend. He won the Cup race on Monday night here at Richmond. He wins here again tonight. Defending Truck Series champion of last year, and he won at Daytona. Driver the number 55 from Shelton, Washington, Dan West Jr. We talk again in Victory Lane. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, Wesley. I appreciate it, bud. We had a pretty good truck tonight. I just had to, after getting into Cole there, I apologize for that. I had an awesome truck. I just needed to be a little bit more patient and try to follow him through. So that's kind of what I did towards the end there, was once I got behind Cole, just let him clear the way. And I knew I had a better truck than he did. He was wheeling it and getting all he could out of it, definitely. But I knew once things settled down, I definitely had the better truck and was able to get to the front.
Dan, this wasn't easy. You dominated the first 100 laps of this race, and then you got mired back in pit strategy. And then we saw the incident again where you said you got to the left rear of Cole Raz. But we saw that many, many times tonight where it's not intentional. It's just trying to pass somebody off the corner, and a lot of times you guys got into the left rear.
Yeah, this track is awesome because you can, there's a few different grooves you can race on it. So people have different entry points, different braking points, and some of the trucks handle differently. So that's what you'd have to do is accommodate that. So especially coming up through there with fresh tires, old tires, it was, as I'm sure Cole and Jeff can confirm, it's not easy, and you're trying to stay off these guys, and you're not trying to rub them and upset them, but you're trying to get to the front because guys like Garber. I mean, Garber was bad fast. Unfortunately, he just wasn't on the same set of tires we were. But unfortunately, you are going to get into people at short track racing.
Dan, what does it mean to you to sweep the weekend here, or sweep the week here for the Northwest Series for Cup and Truck? And this is your 3rd win in a row for Richmond competition in the truck.
It's pretty awesome. I really like this track. It's a rhythm track. And Jeff and John and Sean help us bring a really good truck to this facility, and it shows. And look at where Sean was at. Look where Jeff was at. And I think that if John didn't have such bad luck, he would have been up there too. So it feels good. I appreciate you guys, putting that out there, and hopefully we can get the next one.
Sponsor time. Thank those trucks on the 55.
Effective Web Solutions and LSRTV. Thanks, guys.
And the driver out of Shelton, Washington, picking up the big win again. 2 wins this year, defending Truck Series champion, and he pulls out the virtual broomstick to sweep Richmond, Dan West Jr. What a show here tonight. One for the ages for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series here in the Commonwealth of Virginia on iRacing. That's going to wrap up our broadcast coverage. Of course, as always, follow us at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, livesimracingtv.com, and, of course, listening at CRN Sports at wearecrn.com, at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that will also wrap up our esports broadcast coverage for the week as well. We're back on Monday for the debut of the American iRacing League. It will be that before the Northwest iRacing Cup Series in Round 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. On behalf of Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, for Charles Wooten in the production chair, for Greg Rance, I'm Wesley Outland. Y'all be good to one another. Enjoy the rest of your week, and congratulations to Dan West Jr. sweeping the Northwest Truck and Cup Series here in Richmond.